to the season debut of Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV. Chris Soares up top on the tower, joined by Bone Stock driver Cassie Howard this week. We have Joy Langdon down at trackside. And I don't know if you can see it with that shot, but we do have weather as an issue this evening, to the point where the program has been already shrunken a little bit. We do have the visiting Ontario Sportsman Series here tonight, race fans, set for a 100-lap feature. Their qualifying has been taken out of the program. Also, we have V8 stocks in the lineup tonight. Their heat races have been taken out of the program. They're going on a straight random draw dice roll starting grid. But the super stocks, as you see, rolling out to the track, they will have heat races this evening. Cassie, welcome. How you been?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. How's the off season been?
Busy with hockey.
Oh, okay. But you're ready for racing now. You raced last week, did you, for the Speedway season opener?
I did, yes.
And how did we do?
I finished 6th in my heat race and 14th in the feature.
Very nice, very nice. Let's quickly go trackside if we can. Check in with Joy Langdon if he's available. I'm not quite sure. As you see more super stocks rolling out, that's heat number 2 rolling out to pit road. There you see heat race number 1 on the track. Delaware, Ontario, it's the half mile. We welcome you to another season of Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV. So glad that you can join us. The season opened for the track last week, and this is our Rogers TV season debut. Let's check in for the first time in 2023 with our trackside reporter, Joy Langdon. Joy.
Hey guys, yep, like you said upstairs, the rain is becoming a factor. We looked at the radar a bit ago in the garage, and they said we have about 7 minutes of guaranteed clear weather. That's starting to not be the case as the rain has started already. As you mentioned, the schedule got changed. We're going super stock heat race, and then right into the Ontario Sportsman Series feature, the 100-lapper. The weather is so unpredictable that they want to get that in as soon as possible. After that, we're going to go into the super stock feature, and then we're going to main event with the V8 stock feature. We flipped it because we need to get the bigger money series in first, because we don't know what the weather is going to be like. Speaking of the V8s, we had the drivers meeting a bit ago, and they have changed the V8 breakout rule, the penalty in particular. It is no longer a pit lane rule. It is a stop-go penalty, and I'll tell you more about that when we get to the V8s. Back upstairs.
Thank you, Joey. Just in time. Green flag. It's the first green flag on Rogers TV in 2023. It's heat race number 1 for the super stocks. Lapsevich, the pole car, in the 12. On the outside is the 71 of Connor Van Steensel out of London. Lapsevich quickly to the lead as the field will come around at turn number 4 to complete a lap. It's a 10-lap feature to go 3 wide for the lead, and quickly to the front. Ethan Orr out of St. Thomas in the blue 57, quickly to the front. Following him on the inside, Ryan Dyson in the 28, the front 2 trying to get away. Good start there for the 57.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The field will come through turns 3 and 4 to complete lap number 2. Scott Mackey on the flank stand for us tonight. To the inside, Dyson battle for the lead into turn number 1. And he'll grab that lead quickly, and he'll accelerate out of turn 2, up the Delaware Hill, down the back into turn number 3. Front 4 nose to tail. A battle for 5th side-by-side back in the field. Now quickly that changes, and Lonnie Thompson grabs the 5th spot. There you see Dyson rolling into turns 1 and 2. It's an egg-shaped oval here at Delaware Speedway. It's a half-mile long, but if you look at from the sky at the Speedway, it's an egg shape. The distance between turns 1 and 2 is shorter than the distance between turns 3 and 4. So an egg-shaped half mile here. Oldest half-mile asphalt track in Canada, right here, Delaware, Ontario. The 28, Ryan Dyson.
He's just
stretched
pulling
his legs,
away.
looking strong. Go ahead, Cassie.
He's just pulling away from the field.
Yeah, strong. Number 28 looks right now in heat race number 1 of the super stocks. Cross flags in the air. We're halfway. Battle for second is where we're at right now with the 57 of Ethan Orr. He has the second spot. 13 of Brad Collison. Looking to the inside into turn 3. Here comes Lonnie Thompson. He was marked back in traffic a few laps ago. He's climbed up to 4th. Dyson will cross the stripe. 4 laps to go here in Superstock Heat Race number 1. And a great battle, 4-car battle now. There's just this distance between the leader Dyson and that battle for second. Collison has it. Here's Thompson in the white. 4, little contact there in turn number 4. Collison will keep the spot. The 83 of Brody Rickwood out of St. Thomas. He's come to play at the battle for second spot. And they'll go nose to tail. About a good, just over half a straightaway behind the leader Dyson. He'll come around. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for the 28 of Ryan Dyson. Collison in second. Thompson in third. Rickwood in fourth. I think Brody Rickwood. I'd like to see if he's a dad or a young Brody, because I know a Rickwood from St. Thomas. I broadcasted some hockey for the St. Thomas Stars, and we had a Rickwood on that team. White flag out of the Speedway for the 28 of Dyson. There you see the horizon. Kind of dark on the horizon, hopefully far away here, as Dyson works turns 3 and 4. Looking for the checkered out of turn 4 this time by. And Superstock Heat Race number 1 goes to the 28 of Ryan Dyson. Collison holds on for second over Rickwood. Thompson finishes in 4th. Ethan Orr is in 5th. I think Pete Vanderwist in 6th. Van Stietzel 7th. And that completes Superstock Heat Race number 1. And from I was hearing before we went on the air, Cassie, is that you have an additional family member racing this year.
I do. My little sister's racing with me this year.
How old is she?
She's 15.
Oh wow, Bone Stock team now.
Yeah.
Very nice. So how do you feel about your sister running?
It's a little nerve-wracking, even though I can't see her half the time.
Yeah.
But
is she good? Is she as good as you?
she's picked up 8 seconds, being 3 times on the track so far this year.
Wow. All right. All right.
She's got no fear.
And her sister doesn't either, I hear.
No.
Perfect. Cars on the track for Superstock Heat Race number 2, as we're waiting for some pedestrians to finish crossing the track. And Dyson in victory lane, taking a quick photograph of the checkered flag. So if you're just joining us, welcome. It's our season debut, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV for 2023. Chris and Jake in the truck tonight. Lots of camera crew out with us this evening doing a fantastic job and weathering the conditions. No pun intended, because weather is a variable, a serious variable tonight, race fans, to the point they've cut the program. They did have an autograph session set for the Visiting and Touring Ontario Sportsman Series, but that's been cut as well. So the cars on the track for Superstock Heat Race number 2. And they'll run for 10 laps. And then, as you heard Joey say off the top of the show, they've moved the Sportsman Series 100 lap feature up. So it's coming right after the Superstock Heat races are complete. Trying to get the main part of the show done here for the race fans who have come out here on a Friday night. White flag on the Speedway from flagman Scott Mackey. It'll be the 07 of Nick Ramsey. He'll be the pole car. Ryan Bright outside row number 1 in the 45. Let's go trackside, Joey Langdon.
The 30 of the Sportsman Series. Laura, we were talking earlier, this is your first season on asphalt. The weather being a factor today, do you think that gives you an advantage over the dry tire runners?
I would like to think so. Usually I play in the dirt, so hopefully it gives me some sort of benefit to at least finish the race.
And we mentioned the Sportsman Series a little bit unpredictable here. This is the longest track you guys run. So what's your strategy going into today at Delaware?
My biggest thing is just maintain my line, make the laps. If you're not turning, you're not learning.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back upstairs.
Thank you, Joey. Green flag in the air for heat race number 2 of the Super Stocks. Drag race, Bright got a little loose. 4 wide out of turn number 2. And Pincinel will take advantage of that in the 22. He'll get up to second. Ramsey with the lead out of turn 4 to complete a lap. They're 4 wide again out of turn 4. Right now, the racer of the 2 Superstock heats, based on last week's results, And Brighton, the 45, he's really loose, Cassie, to the point where he's trying to keep it off the wall.
Yep. I wonder if the track's still a little bit wet and they're still trying to fight it.
Yeah, the 45 definitely off the pace. As the field rumbles into turn one, Ramsey out front, Pittsnow's up to second, McCullough third. 93 of Carson Nagy in fourth. Battle for the lead, side by side into turn number three. Pittsnow in the 22, Ramsey in the 07. They'll both get a little squirrely. And they'll continue that battle into turn number one. McCullough in the 39 looking for a mistake. Nagy in the 93 and last year's champ, the 43, Jay Dura right there. Side by side for the lead. Now Nagy to the inside of McCullough for his third spot. New leader, Chase Pittsnow in the 22. Ramsey not done with him yet. Up the Delaware Hill in turn two. Down the back, McCullough fending off Nagy and Dura for third. 8 cars, nose to tail on a turn four. Cross flags in the air. 5 down, 5 to go. Chase Pittsnow trying to run away here. Ramsey, second spot, McCullough third. Dura now up to fourth. And Chase Pittsnow with about a 3-car length lead. Now Jay Dura fighting to the inside of McCullough for third spot. That lead is extended now as Pittsnow continues to circle a half mile here. Gets a great launch on a turn number 2 exit. That's about a 7-car length lead now for the 22 of Chase Pittsnow. There you see the battle for second. Ramsey, McCullough, Dura. Nagy's there. The 36 of Lane Zardo there as well. I don't know if Ramsey might be holding that pack up as much as maybe McCullough is, because Nagy and Dura look fast, Cassie.
I was just going to say, it doesn't look like McCullough wants to give up that third spot.
Look about at turn number 4 to complete another lap. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 to go for the 22 of Chase Pittsnow. Healthy lead for the 22. The battles for second on the right side of your screen. The 07 of Ramsey, 39 red of McCullough. Jay Dura to the inside of Nagy for fourth. White flag on the speedway. The Superstock's doing a great job of staying away from the caution flag, which is what track officials like to see. Nothing but green.
Yep.
Pittsnow through turns 3 and 4, looking for the checkered flag from the flag stand. Checkered flag in the air. Chase Pittsnow will win the Superstock Heat Race number 2. Ramsey second. Dura edges out McCullough for third. McCullough finishes fourth. I believe Nagy rounds out the top 5. Followed by Zardo and Trevor Culver. Marred back in 7th. We're not used to seeing the 1 car that far back. There's the 22 of Chase Pittsnow, who takes Superstock Heat Race number 2. And he'll come around for a quick picture in Victory Lane here at Delaware Speedway. Don't forget DelawareSpeedway.com. Everything you need there. Ticket information, schedule, what's going on here at the track. And I'll tell you what's going on here after we come back from break, as we're going to head to the Sportsman Series Water Lap feature. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV.
When you choose Pizza Hut, you're supporting a local, family-owned and operated business. We've been serving our community for over 35 years and take great pride in what we do. From our family to yours, thank you for choosing Pizza Hut and supporting local.
Monday.
Hi, my name is Eleanor Gabru. I am this week's guest on Pollinating Purpose.
It's about sharing and caring. It's about doing and belonging. It's about living life to its fullest. And it's about laughing out loud. We are L'Arche Canada, and we're about witnessing and sharing the gifts of all people. Learn more about us today.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing, live on Rogers TV. Chris Orrs and Cassie Howard up on the tower. Joy Langdon trackside. We've just completed our super stock heat races for the evening. Due to incoming weather, we have foregone the V8 stock heat races and the Visiting Ontario Sportsman Series time trials. So we're going to go right to the 100-lap feature for the Sportsman Series. They were supposed to be the third feature. We're moving them up to the first feature to get the big show out of the way here for the Touring Series. Let's check in with our trackside reporter, Joy Langdon.
Down here with Ethan Orr, the 57 Superstock, the reigning but not defending V8 Rookie of the Year. Your first Superstock led lap ever. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it felt pretty good getting out to the front of the pack again. Hopefully lots more this season.
And we noticed there's a bit of a physical race there. Is that any different from what you're used to in the V8s?
It's for sure different just because it's a different car, but I mean, nothing I'm not used to.
So what made you decide to move up? You and Mesenberg both moved up to the Supers. You had a great run there. What made you decide to move up from the V8s to the Supers and change your number and all that?
Oh, well, the number, it used to be my number back when I raced in Grand Bend, but yeah, we wanted to switch because we didn't want the time limit anymore. And we wanted to be able to like expand, right?
You had a great season last year, Rookie of the Year. What are you expecting for your first season in the Superstocks?
I'm just hoping to get through it in one piece, I guess.
All right, well, one piece and also some lead laps and a top 5 starting you off. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Back upstairs.
All right, thanks, Joy, and the driver of the 57 Superstock, Ethan Orr, who was in the V8 stock division last year, as Joey mentioned. Didn't like the time limit. What he's talking about there, race fans, the V8 stocks were on a time cap. Last year was 21.4 seconds to circle the half mile. This year it's 21.1. Anybody who goes faster than that in the V8 stock competition needs to come in and do a pass-through penalty because they're trying to get more parity in the division. I know you run bone stocks, but how did you feel about that V8 stock 21.4 last year, Cassie, in the V8 stock? Did you like it from a spectator's point of view?
I think it made it more interesting to watch because the leader was always changing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, good point. Now they dropped it to 21.1 for this season, as we're just getting the Ontario Sportsman Series lined up on pit road. Very gloomy skies here at Delaware at the Speedway here, as weather is incoming. We're just following the radar very, very closely and trying to get as much of the program in as possible. Once again, let's go trackside to Joey Langdon.
You guys were just talking about the V8 rule, the breakout rule. They have now changed that. It's no longer a pass-through penalty. Over here behind the garage at Doug Stewart's pit box, there's an extra pit box now behind him. That's a penalty pit box. And now if you go over the breakout, you serve a stop-go. You go in, you stop, you come back out, again, in the pit box behind Dougie Stewart. So that's now a penalty pit box that the V8s are going to use. If they break out, they go to the back stretch, come in, stop, go. Back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much for that clarification, Joy. Appreciate that. As you see some of the Ontario Sportsman Series cars on pit road, trying to get them lined up and ready to go for their 100-lap feature. As we mentioned before, we went down to DelawareSpeedway.com for all your ticket information here, your full schedule, features, results, everything as far as amenities here at the half mile. Some new faces in management. Dave Graham taking over as general manager this year. Talked with Dave a couple of weeks ago. Very nice gentleman. He's been working here for the last couple of years in a few different roles at the Speedway, but takes over as general manager here. New race director, Daryl Timmermans, was the race director last year. He remains on as tech director for the boys down in Tech Garage. And we're hoping to, at some point, hopefully in the early part of our broadcast this season, to talk with Dave, the new race director, Sean, as well. I talked with Sean earlier this evening. So did you have a chance to meet them last week on your bone stock season debut? Did Did Dave and Sean introduce themselves at the drivers' meeting, or how did that go last week?
I don't believe Dave was there, but Sean said hi.
Oh, nice. Okay. So the car is moving out now onto the track for the 100-lap Ontario Sportsman Series, the Touring Series. And they're going to go for 100 laps here, obviously weather permitting, here at Delaware Speedway. Let's see if we can go over some of these drivers here for you. The 9 out front. Oh, sorry, that's the 8. That's Chad McGlynn out of Kitchener, Ontario. The 38, well known to the area, Derek McCullough out of St. Thomas, Ontario. The 47 is Sean Manchin out of McGregor, Ontario. He'll start third. 71 is Corey McAllister from Durham. The 48, Doug Cathcart from Richmond, Ontario. The 19, Kevin Trevlin from Bell River. The 02, Brendan Patrick, right here from Delaware, the hometown boy in the 02. The 5 is Kevin Lay from Leamington. 44 is Gravenhurst, Ontario's Brad Robinson. The 12 is Mark Patrick. He's also from Delaware, Ontario. The 15, Michael Herniak Jr. from Kingsville. The 70, sorry, my apologies. The 3 is Tim Tolton from Guelph. And the 30 is Laura Otier from Chatham, Ontario. And rounding out the field, the 4 of Connor James from Hamilton. So getting set for 100 laps of feature racing from the Ontario Sportsman Series. Scott Mackey just organizing the grid. A couple cars came by. He wanted them to switch positions. After this, I believe if we can get this feature in, based on the weather right now, not raining. We did have some track drying methods being done earlier this evening. Probably about, they probably stopped, I would say, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes before we actually went to air. So right now, currently not raining. Cassie and I are up right beside the race director's tower. If it really starts to come down, they'll stay dry, but we won't.
Yep.
So, field getting set for the Ontario Sportsman Series. Waiting for the flagman for the sign to double up. And the 3s come down pit road for some reason. That's Tim Tolton out of Guelph. Quick consultation with the crew. Looks like they're looking underneath the right rear. And maybe checking air pressure on that 3 machine or something. Tim probably didn't like the way it felt going around the track. Now going to the right front. I think they're adjusting tire pressure on that Tim Tolton number 3. Another crew member over the wall. Now to the left front. So definitely some tire issues, and I think tire pressure for Tim. White flag on the speedway. It's going to be the 8 on the pole, Chad McGlynn. Outside, Derek McCullough, the 38. As the Delaware pace vehicle lights off the pace car, Tolton will rejoin the field at the back. Getting set for 100 laps here. Ontario Sportsman Series visiting the half mile on this Friday night, looking for the green. Green flag, we're racing in Delaware. Field will rumble into turns 1 and 2. Great run by McCullough, and he'll grab the early lead down the backstretch. McGlynn will fall into second. Manchin in the 47 in third, and quickly the front 4 nose to tail. Now, Connor James to the inside, battle for 4th, the front 3 trying to get away. It's McCullough out front, McGlynn in second, and the 47 of Manchin trying to keep them in tow. And they're getting out of here in a hurry, Kathy.
They are for sure.
Oh, little contact there. McGlynn into the left rear of McCullough. Looked like he gave the 38 a boost down the backstretch. The rest of the field sorted themselves out a little bit. Front 7 now knows the tail. Let's go trackside to Joey Langdon. An update on Tim Tolton's number 3.
Yeah, you were right. They were making sure the tire pressures were right when they sent him out. They weren't done correctly. They had to redo them. But Tyler Tolton is already making his way up the field, making up for that error. Back upstairs.
Yes, he's passed a couple of cars since the green flag. The 2 distinct battles at the front of the field. It's a 3-way battle for the lead. Now Connor James has Kevin Trevlin in tow. That's a battle for 4th. As the field will come out of turn 4 to complete on the lap. What's the longest feature race you've ever run, Cassie, as far as laps?
I think 75 laps, I think.
So what are you thinking as a driver when you have that many laps? So you just want to get into a rhythm, or do you want to get some spots early, or what are you thinking?
I think you want to save your equipment as much as you possibly can.
The field getting around the slow-moving number 30 of Laura Olche. Field pretty spread out there, covering the full straightaway plus half a turn from front to back. McCullough, your leader, the 8 of McGlynn in second, the 47 of Mansion in third. Connor James, Kevin Trevlin rounding up the top 5. There you see McCullough, he'll dive into turn number 1. McGlynn right there and Mansion in tow. The 48 of Doug Cathcart is almost in touch now with that battle for 4th. Probably about a half a straightaway behind this lead battle. Nine in, 91 to go. Let's go trackside to Joey.
Hey guys, I was talking to Laura Otier before the race, and she said that her crew had set up her car for a rain race. It is dry right now, and that might be why she's lagging behind. Back upstairs.
We got smoke out of the 71. The 71 diving into the pits from the backstretch. And will stay green. That's Corey McAllister. Immediately goes to the attention of their pits. 71 off the track. As we stay green, 10 down. 90 to go for the leader, the 38 of Derek McCullough. That battle for 4th now has 4 cars. They haven't really been able to track down the lead to threesome yet. Passing flag administered to Laura Olche in the 30. The leaders negotiating around the 30. There's the front 2, McCullough and McGlynn. Through turns 3 and 4. There's a nice battle there coming out of turn number 4 as well. That's the 0-2 of Brendan Patrick to the inside of Doug Cathcart's 48 and makes the pass heading down the backstretch. Back up front, McGlynn's kind of reeled McCullough in here. Out of turn 4, take another lap. And they'll dive into turn number 1. The 47 is Mansion, keeping the front twosome. Oh, McGlynn got a little loose out of turn 2. Lost a ton of track position. Falling back into the clutches of Mansion. You can jump in anytime you want, Cassie. This is your show too.
Yep.
15 laps complete, 85 to go. You're watching Ontario Sportsman Series 100-lap feature from Delaware Speedway. There's your front 3. Derek McCullough in the 38, Chad McGlynn in the 8, and Sean Manson in the 47. Love that shot. Love that camera there as they dive into turn number 1. Up the Delaware Hill in turn 2 and down the back. They're about half a lap behind the back markers on the lead lap, and that's the Tim Tolton number 3 machine. McGlynn now pressuring the leader with some lap traffic. They'll go to the outside of Oche in the 30. McGlynn's kind of reeled the leader back in. They'll cross the stripe to complete another lap. 2 distinct lines there exiting turn number 2. McGlynn went a little high, and there you see. Lost a lot of track position, falling back closer to the 47 of Mangian. Weather is pending here. Let's go track conditions and race conditions to Joey downstairs.
Hey guys, so the radar has been updated. We thought it was going to rain the whole race. It's now not supposed to come down until the start of the Superstock race. So the sportsmen should be able to run clean. Back upstairs.
All right, thank you so much. We are experiencing very light drizzle right now. We can feel it up here. As the race continues, 20 laps in. $21 down is 79 to go here. 100-lap feature for the Ontario Sportsman Series. And we are feeling a very light rain right now. I'm sure track officials know that now as well. I'm sure, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure the Ontario Sportsman Series would probably have a 50-lap or a 51-lap official race kind of scenario. There's the 19 of Kevin Trevlin holding on to the position from 02 Brendan Patrick. Patrick's caught Trevlin for position. That is the battle for fifth, excuse me. Leaders catching the back of the lead lap now. They're about half a straightaway behind the 3 of Tolton and the 12 of Patrick. They'll go to the high side of Patrick in the 12. McGlynn right there behind McCullough. McGlynn got loose there. It makes you wonder how wet the track might be right now.
I was just starting to think that. I'm watching them come off at turn 4, and they're all getting squirrely coming off.
Yeah, good call. Nose to tail for the lead. It is a very, very light rain. 74 laps to go here in this 100-lap feature for the Ontario Sportsman Series. There's your leader, Derek McCullough in the 38. The 8 is Chad McGlynn. Let's go trackside to Joey.
As we go yellow here, we just heard from the Sportsman Series officials that likely 50 laps is when they'll give full points, but they don't have an official thing written anywhere in their rules. But they'll have to meet with the drivers and discuss that after the race if they have to call it early.
Yes, and the reason we did go to caution, not because of the weather, we did have a spin. There you see the 44, Brad Robinson, but we do have very light rain coming down at the half mile as we speak. And we are a ways away from any official race here for the Sportsman Series, only 26 laps in.
Delaware. Some housekeeping notes. Delaware again is a non-smoking facility.
All right, so we have 26 laps down, 74 to go. We'll step away. We're under caution. Ontario Sportsman Series live from Delaware Speedway on Rogers TV.
Don't get caught unprepared this summer. White's Rental is your one-stop shop for lawnmower tune-ups and repairs. You can visit us at our new location, 785 Little Simcoe Street.
Hi everyone, my name's Ranger M. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
I just wanted to take a few minutes to thank all the dedicated volunteers throughout the summer and the winter months and through the years for all your hard work and your dedication to giving up your weekends to come out and be part of the volunteer program here at Rogers. So I just want to say thank you very, very, very much.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV. We're under caution. Ontario Sportsman Series. 26 laps in on this 100-lap feature. It is a light rain right now at Delaware Speedway. Weather is an issue. Let's go trackside to Joey.
Hey guys, we just heard from the Ontario Sportsman Series officials that we will go for it will only give out full points if they complete 51 green flag laps. Any less, they'll have to determine whether they give out half points or no points at all. But full points will only be given out if they run 51 green flag laps. Back upstairs.
Copy that. Thank you, Joey. We are 25 laps away from that. Is my math right, Cassie?
I think so.
25 laps from now would be 51
50.
laps in?
Yep.
Okay. We need 25 laps, so we need, what is that, a bone stock feature?
Yep.
That's all we need.
If only the bone stocks were here to keep the track dry.
That's right. We needed the bone stocks here. Bone stocks should be like on a emergency call basis, like you know, never mind. I was gonna say the Batman light, but have a bone stock light, and then all of a sudden the bone stocks just start appearing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be weird?
That would be very weird.
Bone stock drivers need a life too. It's not like they're just sitting around their car ready for the light to turn on. Hey, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Delaware's calling. We are still pacing the half mile here because we do have a light rain coming down. And a double up sign has been given by flagman Scott Mackey. So it looks like they want to get him started. "26 laps complete, 74 to go for the full distance, 25 for an official race. And they'll get all bunched up on the backstretch here. The lights are still on the pace car. So we'll see if we get the white flag this time by. No, we're going to still stay under caution here. Still light rain on the speedway. And Scott Mackey has been given the call to keep it yellow for another lap at least. Constant communication right now with the flag stand and race control up at the tower. Trying to figure this weather out. Can we turn them loose? Or do we keep them under caution? So we'll see this time by if we'll get a white flag from the flag stand.
Essentially stopped. Just going to give them a couple laps, put a little more heat.
We're going to keep them under caution, another 1 or 2 laps. And as light rain continues to fall here at the Speedway, we're going to send them around another lap or 2 here. Ontario Sportsman Series, trying to make it official. They need 25 more laps to do it. They've completed 26 out of a scheduled 100 laps. They've been pushed up the card as well. They were supposed to be the third of 3 features this evening. Pushed them up to the first feature right after the Super Stock heat races, which were the only division doing heat races tonight, but not as scheduled. The program definitely trimmed down. There was supposed to be an autograph session for these cars you see on the track right now, and that got trimmed back as well this time by. Let's look to the flag stand here, and we'll stay under caution. If this stays like this, a light rain or whatnot, Cassie, I'm not sure we can go back to green.
Yeah.
Because if it's a continued little light drizzle, the track's going to continue to stay wet.
That is true. And with every class that's running tonight, they run slicks. They don't have treads like the bone stocks do.
really promoting the bone stock division, aren't you? She nodded yes, folks. You couldn't see her. There you go. Need a bone stock light. Bone stocks. They raced last week. You finished 14th in the feature?
I did, yes.
Well done. How many took the green?
We had a last chance, so I think it's 37, I think we start the feature
Very
with.
nice. Well done. Well done. Good start to the season.
For sure. Hoping for a top 10 this year.
All right, all right. Did you do a lot of work on the car in the off-season or just concentrated on hockey?
No, we didn't do any work. I bought Joe Lawrence's car from last year, the
He went up
championship
to late
car.
models, right?
Yes, he's running APC this year.
So you bought last year's championship car?
Yes, I did.
Look out. Cassie Howard with some more horses under the hood.
For sure.
Looking forward to seeing you run that. That's nice. All right, so it sounds like we're going to get the one to go next time by. Still pacing under caution due to a light drizzle here at the Speedway. And we'll look to the flag stand here as we come by to see if we get the white, see if the lights go off the Delaware Speedway pace car. White flag displayed, one to go here, and we're going to turn them loose. Race officials, trackside officials, the flag stand seem to be okay to turn them loose next time by. Oh, they are counting laps now, Cassie. 30 done, 70 to go. So they're counting caution flag laps now to try to make this official for the Ontario Sportsman Series. They need 51 green flag laps, so if it's green flag laps, those caution laps really didn't do much. Have to figure out what's actually meant by that. Green flag, we're racing at the half mile. 2 by 2 by 2, all the way back into turns 1 and 2. McGlynn on the outside, McCullough on the inside. Great run by the 8-quarter exit. He's going to try and close the door here on the McCullough machine. Oh, they're a little loose. Might be a little wet over there. New leader. It's the leader, Chad McGlynn. McCullough drops back to second. Mangin retains his third position. He's really loose. These cars are sliding, Cassie. I don't like this.
No, it's probably going to get real messy real quick.
Real messy, real quick, potentially for sure. They'll come out of turn 4. Still a light drizzle is what we're feeling up here at the tower as the field will rumble down the backstretch. 67 laps to go on the scoreboard. I think 5 of them were under caution. McGlynn will lead him out of turn 4 another time. McCullough keeping him in his sights in the 38. Mangin in the 47. Trevlin up to 4th in the 19, followed by the 0-2 of Brendan Patrick. He rounds out the top 5. They'll come out of turn 4 to complete another lap. 35 laps in the books. 65 to go for a full race. Looking for 16 for an official race. Chad McGlynn, your leader out front, the white number 8. McCullough in second. You know what's weird, Cassie, before we went to caution, McCullough had the lead. McGlynn was putting a little bit of pressure, but mainly McCullough looked pretty comfortable out front. Now the roles are reversed. McCullough really can't put much pressure on McGlynn right now.
Nope. And McGlynn looks like he's kind of pulling away a little bit.
The leader comes out of turn 2, up the Delaware Hill, down the back. McGlynn about a 7-car length lead now on McCullough in the 38. Mangin remains in the 3rd spot. Trevlin in the 4th spot, and Patrick in 5th. .38 complete, 62 to go. Unless the rain gets a little heavier, Cassie, they're going to let him go. They're going to let him run unless there's like a natural caution or something, then we'll see. Right now it's still a light drizzle, we can feel it up here.
Yeah.
If it gets any more, if the race officials don't see it, the cars will show them because the cars will be losing them in the corner.
For sure.
They'll be sliding all over the place. There you see the 19 of Trevlin, followed by the 02 of Patrick. That's a battle for fourth on the Speedway. Back up to the leaders, the 8 of McGlynn, 38 of McCullough, 47 of Mangin. Out of turn 4 to complete another lap. 41 in the books, 59 to go for a full race. 10 laps to go for an official race. Gonna go on the outside of the 30 of Laura Alche. Mangin looks like he might be reeling McCullough in just a bit. Oh, he closed right in on him under braking. Little loose McCullough, Mangin right there in the 47. Battle for second spot on your screens, heading into turn number 3. McCullough in the 38, Mangin in the 47. This is exactly what McGlynn wants to see up front. Exactly what the leader wants to see. Mangin dives to the inside, side by side, and he'll make the pass before the exit of turn 2. Mangin up to second spot. McCullough drops to third. And we'll see what Mangin has for the leader. The rain's gotten a little bit heavier now. This is going to become an issue. Let's watch these cars in the corners. There's McCullough sliding. The horizon, the trees about 5,000 yards away, look very misty, which would indicate the rain is close. 45 laps complete, 55 to go, and 6 to go for an official race. You're watching Ontario Sportsman Series racing at Delaware Speedway. 100-lap feature, we might not get there. The race director has just come out beside us here to have a little feel of the weather himself to see if he likes it or not. Definitely a drizzle, a heavy drizzle right now at Delaware Speedway. The front three close together. Let's go to a replay here. Here's McCullough in the gray 38. And caution on the Speedway. Getting a little loose into turn 2. Caution on the Speedway. I'm pretty sure this will be for weather. So we're 47 laps in. And we need 4 laps for an official race here in the Ontario Sportsman Series. Let's go trackside to Joy. And we'll go trackside to Joy. Can you hear me, Joy?
Yeah, I looked up at you guys. You mentioned the race director was standing next to you guys. He looked around, pushed something on his headset, and then suddenly we went yellow. So if I were to guess, that was the call made right next to you guys for weather.
Yeah, absolutely. What he pushed on his headset was the key for the microphone. It's over one of the earpieces on the racing headsets, and we are under caution due to the weather. And they're counting caution laps, Cassie. Now it's 52 to go. So in 3 laps, the race will be official. So this might be McGlynn's race. So we'll see if they continue to count caution laps here when McGlynn comes across the stripe. They are counting caution laps. 51 laps to go, 2 laps before it's official. Scott Mackey just grabbed the white flag. So it's either for one of 2 reasons. The white flag because they're going to turn them loose again in a lap, or white flag because they're going to call it after 51 laps and there's only 1.5 laps to go.
Tell us more. I know it's down your neck of the woods. Tell us more.
So the track is visibly damp. We can tell you that. So Scott brings out the cross flags, officially halfway for a 100-lap feature right now. 50 laps complete. And he's also asking him to double up. So the field has been asked to double up here. Let's go trackside to Joey.
Hey, I just talked to some Ontario Sportsman Series officials, and they did not make the call for the yellow. That was Delaware Speedway race director making the call, so it's competition yellow. They're not planning on ending the race right now. Back upstairs.
Yep, that's what we thought. The race director, Sean, was right beside us when he made the call.
Let's get back to some racing. And now they're telling you to double up again. So the drivers decided to double up, and then single file, and now they're double up.
Sean, you want to tell us what's going on?
The halfway point.
So we're just trying to get word from Sean, the race director. He's going to see how the weather plays itself out. We had that third headset live there, hoping he would put it on. That's why you heard me kind of like in a distance way. But he had to go back inside the tower to try and make a call here. He's side by side with the Ontario Sportsman Series race director.
We're race controlling communication with some of the drivers.
So now we are hearing that race control is actually communicating with some of the drivers to see how they like the track conditions, or at least how they liked them when we were last under green flag conditions. So right now we are official for the Ontario Sportsman Series. We have passed the 51 lap barrier. We have officially 48 laps to go. So still under caution as they cross the stripe to complete another lap under caution. Now 47 to go. They're still doubled up, obviously. What I'm worried about here, Cassie, is it's just going to settle in now and just going to like lightly drizzle probably for the rest of the night. We are expecting heavier showers around. What were you saying when you looked at the radar earlier, about 9:30 or something?
Like 9:30. It feels like it's starting to pick up just a little bit more.
Why don't you do me a favor and send it down trackside to Joy? Go ahead.
We'll set it down in trackside. Joy Langdon.
Hey guys, so I just noticed that they just made the call for V8 drivers to come to pit lane. Cal Clutterbuck and Doug Stewart just went by me. I'm not sure if that has any indication on that they're going to change the schedule again, but V8 drivers are heading to pit lane. Back upstairs.
Yes, absolutely. We can see that. Doug Stewart in the blue deuce is out there. Paul Fothergill in the 33 is out there as well. The Super Stocks are the other feature on the card tonight. Not sure we're going to get to them, let alone finish this race. We hope that we get to all of it, to be honest with you. But the light drizzles continue. Now we can see what looks like to be some rain showers in the distance off to our left. It was just concentrating to our right, looking as you are looking on the camera. White flag on the speedway from flagman Scott Mackey, so I think race control wants to turn him loose again. There'll be 44 laps to go when they take the green, if they get the green. Chad McGlynn is your leader in the 8. He took the lead on the last restart. Derek McCullough in the 38 had led the entire race until that point. See if McCullough can repay the favor. Oh, well, Scott Mackey's got double checkers in the air. That's going to do it. This is going to be the end of the Ontario Sportsman Series race. Double checkers in the air for the 8 of Chad McGlynn. He'll win it under caution. Officially, 55 laps into the race, 4 past the point where we needed to get for an official race. And the Ontario Sportsman Series race director has called it. Double checkers in the air for Chad McGlynn. So the rest of the field is going to come down into the pit area. And we're going to get Chad around the victory lane here. Going down to Mosley.
When it comes to the series, another victory for McGlynn.
And I believe we're going to... And McGlynn will take it, the win under caution as the still a light drizzle continues to fall on the speedway here. Waiting for Chad to exit the vehicle. We're going to take you down trackside momentarily to hear from the Ontario Sportsman Series feature race winner.
Before work goes on from here for the win for the car here. Jordan waiting alongside McGlynn gets ready to jump.
And trophy on top of the car. Presentation's about ready to go, waiting for the driver to exit the vehicle. And there he is, Chad McGlynn, coming out of the white number 8, winning the Ontario Sportsman Series feature race tonight, shortened due to weather. And we're going to go trackside to Jordan Maudsley.
Go tonight. Track position was going to be key. We all knew the situation. How much were you jumping at the bit there on that second restart to get going again?
Oh, the second one, we had to beat them. Losing the first position there was killing us. I was worried we were going to get this rain, and we were going to end up with a second. We had a good fast car, fastest car tonight. I think we would have pulled this off regardless of the rain, but this isn't always the way you want to win it. But we'll take the first one, start the season off with a first place. Most importantly, I got to thank the crew, and I really got to thank my dad. He does all the work on the car, gets it out there every race for us. Without him, none of this would be possible. So thanks, Dad.
I know you got a lot of sponsors to make this car run every week.
Yeah, I want to thank Mark and Performance, Shelby Signs and Graphics, and Kilton Inc. for being on board this year and helping us out. Takes a lot to run these cars. We come out to put on the best show as we can for the fans. I know it wasn't as long as you were expecting, but I hope it was a good race for you. It's going to be even better next time. Hope to see you all out again.
Chad McGlynn hyping up the next one here. He is your OSS feature winner.
That is your winner of the Ontario Sportsman Series race from Delaware Speedway. That's Chad McGlynn. When we come back, we're going to go feature race running with the V8 stocks. It's Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV.
Welcome to Treat Yourself.
As each day passes, we have one guarantee. The sun will rise in the morning and set in the evening. Like the sun, you will also have a time to rise and a time to set.
Calling all journalism students. Omni Television is once again awarding scholarships to qualified students pursuing a career in third language journalism.
When I got this scholarship, I felt a lot of gratitude, and it's also a great chance to learn about what third language journalism is.
Omni is home to a variety of locally produced current affairs programs and daily national newscasts, broadcast in 6 languages. To learn more about Omni scholarships, visit omnitv.ca/scholarships.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, and we have Chris Soares and Cassie Howard up here at the tower. We have, we're on camera. I can't even tell because we have a green tarp here, Cassie. We're on camera. There we are. Hi, everybody. This is Cassie. She's a bone stock driver, and she's helping us out this week. We're not liking what we're seeing because the rain's getting a little heavier. To my left off screen, Sean, the race director, doesn't look too happy right now as far as maybe getting the rest of this card done here. The V8 stocks are on pit road ready to go, but it doesn't look like we're going to go racing, I don't think, anytime soon. We have track drawing vehicles taking position on the track once Chad McGlynn's car gets removed from Victory Lane and family and friends get away from the track because right now the track is wet. And we are not going racing until obviously the track is dry. I talked with Sean during the commercial break. He didn't look too positive about this card moving forward, Cass. So that's unfortunate.
It is for sure, because I know everyone was so excited on social media to get tonight in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we know now, thanks to your promotion, that the Bone Stocks could run in it.
They could have, yeah.
So the track drying has resumed here after about an hour and 20 minutes when they got off the track, when the track was dry. Yeah, the rain is definitely a little harder now. It's definitely a heavy drizzle, if I can kind of label it that way. But this is how we dry the track here at Delaware Speedway. We get some vehicles out there. Sometimes personal vehicles go out there from people who drive their personal vehicles in the infield. Get some heat in the track and try and dry it. The only problem is them circulating the track while it's still actually raining, Cassie, I don't think it's doing any good.
Yeah, no, it's not going to help at all.
I wouldn't mind seeing if we can get Sean on here for a sec, but he's busy right now. Actually, we are going to get race director Sean, who joins the Delaware Speedway for the first time. Sean, what's the status right now?
Well, it's raining. That's the easiest way to put it right now. We're just trying to keep the track as dry as we can right now so we don't lose it too much. It's favorable at the moment for us, so hopefully we can get the rest of the night in, but we're just a little wait and see right now.
All right, and welcome to Delaware Speedway. We look forward to having an in-depth interview sometime this year with Sean, the new race director here at Delaware Speedway. The rain's gotten a little bit heavier now. Let's go trackside to Joey.
Down here with Sean Mangan, the 47 Sportsman Series. You finished second in that race. Let's just get it out of the way. Do you think you would have had a chance to win if we had got going again?
Man, I felt like I had some for the 8. Hats off to Chad. They did a great job, but I got inside him a couple times, and I just figured we had enough laps that I didn't have to push the car too hard and get either of us out of shape. But, he won, and we came home second. I wasn't ready to go back to green. It was getting pretty slick, but, man, I wish I'd have made that pass a little sooner and just pushed a little harder.
So if you would have known how many laps we were running tonight, you think that race is yours?
I mean, everybody would have pushed harder, right? But our car was great. We had a great practice here Monday. We were even faster today in qualifying and practice. So, yeah, I felt like at the end, I couldn't tell who was coming, but of the 3 cars that were running up front at the start, I feel like we had the best car. But again, Chad was where you need to be, right? He got a checker flag.
So that's your first race this season, but a great start for your team. Do you think that bodes well for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I'm super excited about the season. We get a lot of great help, all the guys at Herniak Hall in the shop. They worked really hard on this car. We re-baselined the car. I got to say thank you to DJK Racing. They helped us get a little bit smoother setup. It works towards the way I drive. So, yeah, just overall, thrilled.
So I'll say this.
Hey, hang on. You got an ambulance emergency here.
Oh.
We've got to get out of the way.
Okay. Back upstairs.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for the report. Joy, we are under a rain delay here at Delaware Speedway. Track drying process continues. We'll be right back. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV.
When you choose Pizza Hut, you're supporting a local, family-owned and operated business. We've been serving our community for over 35 years and take great pride in what we do. From our family to yours, thank you for choosing Pizza Hut and supporting local.
Welcome to Treat Yourself on Rogers TV, where Terry and I go out to local salons and spas and have services done on us so that we can tell you all about them.
So that you can treat yourself.
We want to say a special thank you to our volunteers who work in front of the camera or behind the scenes at Rogers TV. Thank you from our community producers, our hosts, our studio and mobile crews, and everyone in between who volunteers at Rogers TV. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do at Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing here on Rogers TV. Cassie Howard and Chris Soares here under a rain delay. and under no shelter here, Cassie, because it's raining now distinctly harder. Cars are being covered up. I believe they're pulling the track drying vehicles off, possibly because they've lost the track right now, Cassie. The track is lost and it's wet.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
She's not the best color commentator in the league for nothing, folks. So it is raining here at Delaware Speedway. We did manage to get 2 super stock heat races in. We managed to get 54 laps, I believe, of the visiting Ontario Sportsman Series race, and it was called due to weather. I am just thinking the rest of this program is minutes away, based on what I'm seeing out here, minutes away from being called here. But we're going to have to wait and see. The track is wet. As mentioned, there's some track drying vehicles out on the track right now, but it's raining at such a quick pace, not pouring, but it's a good steady rainfall that the track drying methods are not going to work because the track is still going to be wet. This method really works well when the rain has stopped, and then we can try and get the track dry, but when it keeps replenishing water onto the track, it's really not doing much at this particular point. So right now we have lost the track. We haven't heard official word yet from local track officials and announcers as to the future of this particular evening, but we are hoping to find out one way or another. Lots of umbrellas up in the stands. The faithful here at Delaware Speedway sticking around to see what's going on. DelawareSpeedway.com for all the information you need if you want to come out to the half mile here in Delaware, Ontario. Ticket information, schedule information, all the amenities available on the website of what they have here. And a good look at all the divisions that are featured here at Delaware Speedway, plus all the special events happening this year, including monster trucks coming for a couple of nights. I think that's in July. So track officials are trying to figure this out. Local announce team has gone to try and figure this out as well, and we're just in a holding pattern, no pun intended, with this weather here over the half mile in Delaware. Looking at the infield, things just seem to be at a standstill right now because people don't know what's going on. They're waiting for an official announcement as we continue to be here on a weather delay here at the Delaware half mile on a Friday night. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV.
I'm Jennifer Slay, the host of What's Up London. Join me each week as I meet Londoners who are doing extraordinary things and helping to make the city a better place to live. Watch What's Up London Mondays only on Rogers TV.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're back for season 3. We've had the opportunity to see some great backyards and have some great barbecue. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
I'm Jenny Dan. I'm the Director of Construction and Infrastructure Services at the City of London. I'm here today to share an update on the 2023 London Renew Construction Program. London's 2023 Renew program aims to reconstruct 80 lane kilometers of road, add or replace 20 kilometers of sanitary and storm sewers, rebuild 12 kilometers of water main, and construct 25 intersection improvements.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway, racing on Rogers TV, currently in a weather delay. We've been in a delay now for about 20-25 minutes after we shortened up the Ontario Sportsman Series feature to just 54 laps of a scheduled 100 laps. Chad McGlynn, the winner there. We are waiting to see on official word as to if we will continue this evening. Let's go trackside to Joey Langdon.
Hey guys, what I was just told is theoretically the track, because of the dry cars, is enough that we could start running pace laps. But the ambulance right now is out of position because it's dealing with an emergency. So they can't run races when the ambulance is out of position. Back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much for that report, Joy. As we can see, the ambulance attending to a situation in the infield. And I'm not sure how many pace laps it's going to take to dry this track if it's still raining, Cassie, to be honest with you.
Sometimes it takes the bone stocks quite a few laps to get it dry.
Here we go with the bone stock promotion again. We have the V8 stocks on pit road. They would be next ones up. We've kind of just threw tonight's lineup into a bag and picked out whatever we're going with next. We moved up the Ontario Sportsman 100 lap feature because they were touring, and that's what the fans were definitely coming here to see, was that for sure, in addition to everything else. Only got 54 laps in.
Be happy, be hydrated, and enjoy your holiday Monday.
So let's have a look here, see if I can fill some stuff here for you on our schedule coming up next week. Friday, May the 26th. That's next week, right? Today's the 19th. I've so totally lost track. Late models in the house with the V8 stocks, bone stocks, King of the Hill. Spectator race, the first King of the Hill of the season. Cassie, why don't you tell our viewers what a King of the Hill is here at Delaware Speedway?
King of the Hill is where spectators in the stands get to bring their cars down and actually race it for one single lap on the track. Standing start. Standing start, one car versus another car. Winner goes on, loser goes home. And it's a small entry fee that goes to charity for the King of the Hill, and that's at the end of next week's card if you're interested in putting your, and it has to be an insured licensed vehicle that you would normally drive on the road every day to come in on King of the Hill. Looking ahead into June, have some big events there with the Oscar Modifieds coming in June 30th and July the 1st. Ontario Sportsman Series return July the 14th. As mentioned earlier, monster trucks in at Delaware Speedway for a couple of dates in July, the 28th and the 29th. The Ontario Outlaw Super Late Models in the house August the 11th. And of course, we get into championship month of September in the NASCAR Pinty's Series Championship comes to Delaware September the 24th. So all that information on the schedule at DelawareSpeedway.com. Let's go downstairs to Joy Langdon.
Hey guys, I'm here with Barry Watson, the Bear. In a different position this year, aren't you?
Yeah, we can do all kinds of things this year. I'm just crewing for Brent Pelly, who's my spotter in the late model. And we had this car kicking around, so I said, why don't we put a few drivers in and have some fun? Well, that's why I'm here. I'm just crew chief tonight.
So the car still got your name on it, but it's registered to Simon Motorsports. You were talking earlier, the plan is to run some different drivers in it this year, is that right?
Yeah, we got a bunch of different rookies going in it, I think. We got a couple of guys from Dirt that want to try it. We're going to let them do that. And nights they can, and the nights that Brent's not spotting, we'll put him in it. And a bunch of the crew guys are just trying to get back to having some fun. So as long as it doesn't become a burden, then we'll keep doing her.
Can you spoil anyone you got planned coming in the 45 this year?
We just got a couple guys from SOMS Dirt Track. We got Brad Simpson, and then maybe we got Andrew Maylou coming out. He's a hot dog in the Thunderstock class right now. He's a young kid, and he wants to try it out, so we'll fit him in there and have some fun. We got the dirt car tonight's over at Oshweek in the Thunderstock. And we got my daughter's racing tomorrow in the micro sprints at Grand Bend. So the only thing we haven't brought out yet is the backup late model. So we'll see. We might throw some weird drivers in there too.
All right, sounds like you got a busy schedule, a little bit of a break here in the rain delay. I'll let you get back to being with your driver here.
Great, thanks. Have a good night, guys.
Back upstairs.
Thank you, guys, and I'll actually be seeing Barry's daughter tomorrow night as the Grand Bend Speedway opens up their 2023 season. Lots in the house at the quarter mile in Grand Bend, just beside the Motorplex, if you're not doing anything tomorrow night. Still under a rain delay here at the Delaware Speedway. We'll be right back, and hopefully we have some good news or some news in general on the other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV.
I'm Mike Jack. I've broken multiple world records for eating some of the world's hottest peppers. Now, I'm challenging London restaurants to make some of the world's hottest food. Watch Jack Up the Heat Mondays at 5:30.
Thank you to all of our volunteers. Whether it's long production days or late nights, we appreciate everything that you do for us in helping put on our productions. Thank you, and happy National Volunteer Week.
Calling all journalism students, Omni Television is once again awarding scholarships to qualified students pursuing a career in third language journalism.
Having this opportunity to envision what life as a foreign language journalist could look like is crucial to determining where I make my next career move. I can't wait to start putting this funding to use.
Omni is home to a variety of locally produced current affairs programs and daily national newscasts, broadcast in 6 languages. To learn more about Omni scholarships, visit omnitv.ca/scholarships.
Welcome back to a very wet Delaware Speedway half mile right now. That's where we sit in a rain delay. Just heard an announcement during our break as the track announcers told the spectators we are in a holding pattern right now, looking for a gap to get some racing in. But I don't see a gap on the horizon at all. Cassie Howard, who joins me up here, and looking at the light standards out of turn number 4, I see a lot of rain coming down. Let's go trackside to Joey Langdon.
Down here with last year's Bone Stock champion, Joe Lawrence. Joe, not running the Bone Stocks this year? You got some other plans, right?
Yeah, well, we're going to do part-time with the Bone Stocks when we can, but we're full focus on the APC program this year. Excited to start off Sunday now, so giving us an extra day to get ready, which is always nice. Kind of a racer's decision. You're never ready. You can always do something, so we'll spend the day tomorrow on it.
So you've run APC a lot before, but this is your first time running with the family team, right?
Yep.
So how does that change? How has this winter been ramping up for that different from when you're ramping up with a team that you weren't a part of the ownership of?
As far as the goals, we're here to win, and we want to compete, show them what we got. So that aspect, we're here to do the same thing as I've always been doing. As far as who we're working with, it's been a lot of fun working with my brother and the family. Just makes it that extra bit special to have a car out there that know you've done it with everyone you love.
So I got to ask you, as a racer, the weather being what it is right now, if you were out here, I don't know if you want to say in a Bone Stock or an APC, but if you were out here, would you be wanting to run in this?
Yeah, Bone Stock, yeah. I've ran maybe a handful of Bone Stock races in the rain in the past, and it's definitely like specifically for Bone Stocks, but it was a blast every time. It definitely changes how you got to approach the track and what you need to do to win, but it's always fun being on track.
All right, we got Cassie upstairs who says hi to you. I'll let you get back to your team. Looks like we might have some news upstairs, so thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Another promoter of the Bone Stock division. Only problem is Bone Stocks don't have windshield wipers. We'll have more after the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
London aims to reconstruct 80 lane kilometers of road, add or replace 20 kilometers of sanitary and storm sewers, rebuild 12 kilometers of water main, and construct 25 intersection improvements.
Yeah, it's a relatively even start to this one here. Both teams kind of just bouncing it around between each other's side. Swordbird is going to get another beautiful shot right into the back of that Fanshawe net there off a nice counterattack opportunity once again there. And they struggle when it seems as though they play teams that have the same mentality and the same game plan.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing. Chris Orr is at Cassie Howard. The word has just come in. The rest of the evening has been canceled here at Delaware Speedway due to rain. Cassie, thank you so much for joining us on an off week for you. We do appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you on the racetrack.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.
Thanks to Cassie. Thanks to Joey downstairs. Chris and Jake in the truck, and all our people behind the cameras out here in the inclement weather. Thank you for the work that you do. Join us next Friday night. More racing here from Delaware Speedway. To you and your families, from us here at Rogers TV, enjoy your Victoria Day holiday weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday night. You've been watching Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV. Good night.
Things up. Will you do things differently now? Will you have different conversations with the women in your lives?
I think I've already started because you have brought this to my awareness, and obviously I'm going through like transitions. So I think I've already started, but it makes me super happy that I'm going to continue to learn more and meet more people and have more conversations. And and hopefully take the knowledge that I'm learning from you and the show and people and support other women and share it.
Wonderful. That's key. How about you, Cindy?
Yeah, and I'm just thinking probably I have 2 daughters and 2 stepdaughters and a daughter-in-law, and so, you know, all of these women are going to at some point in their lives be dealing with hormonal transitions, which is really what this is about, and the body and mental changes that go with that, and to be open to have those conversations with them in advance and not when they're going through it, you know?
That's right. We've been very, I think, over the centuries, it's been a very reactive situation, hasn't it? And I think if we could be proactive with our health in general, but also with these conversations so that people don't get so stressed leading up to it, I think that's going to be huge, and having those conversations, I think that's really important.
Yeah, like in 20 years from now, when my first daughter starts going through it, I'm going to be 80 years old. What am I going to have to offer when I'm 80? So now's the time.
You're right. And not only that, I think we can forget. I mean, you know, you get to a certain age. I was reading a book recently, and that's what she said. I spoke to my mom about it. My mom's late 70s, 80s, and she didn't really remember. She just, you know, had a few items to tell me or tidbits to tell me, but she didn't really remember. And I think that's so key. The other point as well, I think when we're young, things are, and again, this goes back to this book. It's not my thought. You know, our changes are celebrated where, we're going to be a young woman, and we're going through, you know, we're starting our periods and all these things.
Having babies.
Exactly. And then we get here and it's almost as if it's a downward spiral, and that adds to the stress too. Like all of a sudden, I'm not a woman, or people don't see me as a woman.
The word isn't very sexy. Like,
no. And do you know, Jen Gunther, Dr. Jen Gunther, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She was offering a lot of research, and it was menopause didn't come from pausing. Actually, it was a French word, but it was basically, you know, something monthly that we were getting. There's far more to her explanation than that. But because I've often thought it's to do with pausing something, but it wasn't that at all. It's interesting.
It's not the beginning of something. Like
that's a huge point.
It's the end of something.
That's right.
It's like,
it should be.
So that weight is on you as well.
It is.
I'm no longer a woman.
However, and you know what? I'm so glad you brought that up, because again, that's what a lot of the reading and research, and I think we all feel the same way, is all of a sudden we do feel, you know, well, I'm not producing anymore, so you know, it changes how people see me and how I feel as a woman. And yet it's really just it's a physical change within, it's a biological change, but that doesn't, we are not our estrogen. It's just us changing to the next level. And when we think of all of the experience that we've brought to the table and what we've been through and the children that we've had, or if you haven't had children, still there's so much wisdom. You know,
it's making us stronger, really, because we're gathering new experiences and we're going through more tough times, and we're weathering them, and we're walking through, and we're still standing.
That's right.
And so it's actually making us wiser, stronger.
That's right. So if we could turn our stress around, if we could look at it all as a positive, in some countries, those people, how they view menopause and how they talk about it and how they describe it, the women struggle much less with menopause symptoms.
Right.
So
Really?
I
Communication
think,
is key.
Yes. You know what? This has opened up a whole, we could go on for days and weeks and years, I think, talking about this. I think it's a conversation worth having more conversations about. But I'm really grateful that you came here today and we started the conversation with me. So thank you both of you for being here.
Yeah, welcome.
Today, I helped a parent feed their family by connecting them to a food program.
Today, I helped someone connect with mental health supports.
Today, I helped a couple struggling to pay their bills access financial aid.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
As each day passes, we have one guarantee. The sun will rise in the morning and set in the evening. No matter where you are on this earth, there is a sunrise and a sunset. No matter the weather, the pollution, the clouds, there is a sunrise and a sunset. No matter what you do, like the sun, you will also have a time to rise and a time to set.
Hey folks, it's me, Giovanni Patini, the host of the RTV quiz show, the hottest show on television. It's the hilarious quiz show where you, the viewers, play for valuable non-existent prizes. It's got great trivia, fun facts, and a lot of laughs, all blended together in a perfect cocktail of edutainment. So join us Wednesdays at 7:30 right here on Rogers TV. Nice.
So your sparkle of wisdom for today is to slow things down. We know that slowing things down, creating some space and some quiet in our lives helps us get through the tough times. So try, if you will, to try some meditation or some reading or some listening to music, connect with some friends, anything that will help you just switch off for a while. And of course, never forget to sparkle.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Calling all journalism students, Omni Television is once again awarding scholarships to qualified students pursuing a career in third language journalism.
When I found out that I won an Omni scholarship, I honestly wasn't expecting it. Winning an Omni scholarship helped me realize that I chose the right career path by pursuing third language journalism.
Omni is home to a variety of locally produced current affairs programs and daily national newscasts, broadcast in 6 languages. To learn more about Omni scholarships, visit omnitv.ca/scholarships.
It was John's graduation. We were so proud. We all got together for a picnic. That's when we heard coming from the radio. So we stopped and we listened. It helped us get to safety. That's why when I think of John, because now he has a real future to look forward to.
Welcome to London Today. I'm your host, Missy Haggerty. I'm with Dr. Maria and Amanda from Synergy Center and Beauty Within. Thank you for being here, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us.
So I really wanted to talk about this topic because there seems to be a lot of mystery and also just people wondering how it all works and things, which is medical aesthetics. So I want to talk a little bit about your clinic, and one of my first questions is how do you find a good clinic and what sets you apart?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the first place to start is doing your research. So take a good look, see what you're getting into, see who is the injectors at the clinic. So a good place to start is Google reviews. You can start taking a look at the website for the clinic as well. Oftentimes on websites, they'll have biographies or little snippets about the providers.
Okay.
I do recommend taking the time to read those so that you know who is operating the clinic. Are they doctors? Are they nurses? Are they regulated professionals? Because these are medical procedures at the end of the day, and just taking a look to get to know them a little bit better. What did they go to school for? What kind of education do they have? And a lot of times it should include, what types of training they've had, medical aesthetics specifically, so you can get a bit of a hint about who the person is before you walk into the clinic, and maybe start building that trust even before you step into the clinic.
I think you touched on it, but I don't think people realize it's medical.
Absolutely.
And so you really have to look at your provider well.
Absolutely. It's aesthetic and it's optional. It's not, a medical need, but it's still a medical procedure.
What sets you apart, Dr. Maria?
I would like to say that we strive for excellence. This is what drives us. This is what sets us apart. Excellence in obtaining good cosmetic results for our patients, excellence in continuing to improve ourselves, to learn, to improve the technique, and excellence to make sure that everyone is treated well, has a good experience in the clinic, and we form a long-term relationship with our patients.
I think you probably also do a really great job with your staff and your team, because everyone that I've interacted with, you're all very connected and you all very mesh well together. And I think that's really important when people are looking for a place to get this done, because it's a very personal thing and it's a very personal experience, I think.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I would say, hopefully, and we feel that we provide this, is that, from your first step in the door, or even before you get in the door, even just on the phone, that your experience starts off on the right foot, and every step along the way you're taken care of. So whether it's from the front desk staff to interacting with myself as the nurse, and every patient meets Dr. Maria here as well. So hopefully the experience is, kind, trustworthy. At the end of the day, we do strive to provide good results as well. But it's the experience as well. So we want you overall to feel taken care of and heard.
Well, and you need, especially first time doing anything like that, you need a little bit of hand holding, I think. And it's just nice that the process is very seamless.
Absolutely, we strive for that.
So tell me the difference, and this is the big thing that I think a lot of people don't understand, which is the difference between Botox and the difference between filler.
I will answer this.
Absolutely.
The Botox is a neuromodulator that relaxes the muscle that actually pulls the skin when it contracts. So if the muscle underneath the skin is relaxed, the skin is not wrinkled. So that's Botox, or the neuromodulator. The filler is a soft gel, mostly composed of hyaluronic acid. There are other type of fillers out there, but the hyaluronic acid is the most used. The hyaluronic acid is a component, it's a sugar that is naturally occurring in our skin. And we inject that in different layers of the skin, or the fat underneath the skin, or on top of the bone, to lift the skin, to replenish the volume that is lost with aging.
So as you age, you lose that volume then?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, aging affects many different layers. So we're looking at, changes down to the bone level, changes in our muscles. Sometimes they get a little bit stretched out or thinner. They're not as strong anymore, or some become overactive even. Differences in the fat layers and the way things like to kind of shift. They like to come down and kind of come towards the center of the face, giving us a heavy look. So ideally, these treatments are to refresh, not give a totally different look, it's still you, but really rejuvenate those tissues where the changes have taken place.
So what I'm getting from you both is you should make sure that whatever place you choose, you get a very good consult beforehand, and that there should be a doctor present for the consult, or at least some part of the process.
For sure, keep in mind it's a medical procedure, so definitely we need to obtain medical history. We need to understand everyone's medical profile, medication that they take, allergies, and of course we need to understand their aesthetic goals. There are many models out there, models that work with doctors alone, models like our clinic that is a doctor-nurse model, or models that work with nurses alone. So just make sure that you are in good hands. Sometimes I see in our patients, they go to 2 to 3 clinics before they make a decision. If that's the case, analyze who did take time to spend with you, assessing your needs, communicating well with you, educating you about the aging, about what is going on with your face, and then choose wisely. It's a medical profession, it's a medical act, and it needs to be treated seriously.
How do you decide, I always see people advertise by unit. How do you decide sort of how many units, and that you're not putting in too many units, I guess is what I'm trying to say, that you're just going in with exactly what they need for units?
So typically it all starts with a good consultation and a good assessment. And so that's why all of our first-time patients they meet with both myself and Dr. Tettelbaum, or one of the doctors on staff, so that we can take a good assessment. And that usually involves taking a look at the face at rest, but also in animation as well, because dosage or amount of a product is unique to everyone. Okay. So, you or I might need a different dose or a number of units of Botox to get us a certain result that we're looking for. Oftentimes we take into account, well, I shouldn't say oftentimes, we always take into account the strength of your muscles, the size of the muscles, the amount of activity that you use on a daily basis for them, because if you're always making one same expression, you're always frowning or squinting at the computer screen, you're going to start notice a furrow appearing between the eyebrows. And we take a look at how you use your muscles when it comes to Botox to help us determine that dose. Men do take a little bit of a larger dose than females, so there is definitely a difference in between the sizes and strength of muscles in between the males and females, so we also take that into account as well.
What kind of maintenance should people be doing in between treatments? I would expect your ideal person is somebody who naturally likes to take care of their own skin while in between.
So with Botox treatments, we usually recommend a treatment every 3 to 4 months. And with filler, once we completed the treatment, so we reversed most of the activated aging trigger points, then we'll do once a year maintenance for the filler, much less in volume than the original treatment. Okay. Even the original treatment, sometimes we need volume, especially in people that lost a lot, or people that have facial deficiency, like we have even younger people that present with bone deficiency, small retruded chin, or small cheekbones, right? Narrow cheekbones. So those people will need volume. And sometimes that treatment is split in several sessions. After we complete all the sessions, then maintenance once a year with filler is recommended.
And when should people start down this road? Like some people, I think that they start when they see the lines and the wrinkles happening, but maybe it might be better to start sooner than that to make it more effective?
Well, of course, we don't get too hung up on the age specifically, because some of us do start to age or show signs of aging before our peers that are the same age. Sometimes we just have structural differences or things that have been inherited genetically, so we're predisposed to aging in certain areas. We like to call them aging trigger points. They start to age before your actual biological age and can make you look older than you are. It is good to get ahead of those ones and start to address them earlier on. But of course, there's not a specific age we would say that you start at. We do see, late 20s and 30-year-olds, absolutely, but those are more so addressing the aging trigger points.
So out of curiosity, if someone starts in their late 20s, is it by the time they're in their 40s and their 50s, is it become less effective because they've been doing it for a long period of time, or does it just stay as like maintenance and they still see the effects of it?
Yeah, the opposite. When people start early, sometimes we prevent that deep permanent lines forming. Initially, they might have just wrinkles in certain expressions and just very fine lines. With age, progressing in life and repeating those expressions, then they will form permanent lines. So repeating Botox treatment will prevent those deep lines for forming. Same as we said, people with people with structural deficiencies, when you build up their cheeks or their chin, you stimulate the skin to produce collagen, so the filler will get integrated in their tissue and they'll form their own tissue to correct their deficiencies. So this will just improve over time. So there is a myth that we get immune to Botox or
That's
to
the word I was looking for.
to the neuromodulators. No, there is a word that we say myomodulation. The muscles do adjust their function upon treatment, and we see a big improvement in the overall face expression.
Is it good to do sort of a combination of Botox and filler? Is that?
Yes, absolutely. So combination treatment is ideal, but of course we're not going to recommend a treatment that's not applicable. It just so happens that a combination of neuromodulator treatments and filler treatments happen to give an overall good look. Then we can address some of the wrinkles and lines that are caused by expressions with the neuromodulator and address the volume loss, descent, and repositioning of tissues with the fillers.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, Dr. Maria and Amanda. It was a pleasure having you. And thank you for educating us so well on this topic. It's kind of a scary topic.
Well, thank you for us, for sure. Now with people living longer, everyone wants to look their best. So I think the medical aesthetic is growing rapidly. So we'll need more education. We'll need to talk about that. Before it was taboo. Nobody wanted to share their story. I think more and more people come out because we see the good effects of it.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Your happy place. Easy 101.3, the perfect music mix.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics.
Welcome back to London Today. I'm with John from Junction Climbing and J2. Thank you for being here, John.
Thank you.
So tell me all about Junction Climbing and then your new facility, J2, that you've built.
Of course. So Junction Climbing opened in 2014. We wanted to be a what you call a full-service climbing center. We built a 12,000 square foot facility not too far from here in the East Village. We've got route climbing, we've got lead climbing, we've got bouldering, we've got a training area, and it really has all the styles of climbing anyone wanting to do the sport could ask for.
Under one roof.
Under one roof. Under one very tall roof. There's a particular style of climbing called bouldering that's been growing really fast. It's really accessible. It's really fun. And over the first few years of our operation, we realized that our bouldering space just wasn't big enough. That we needed to find a way to expand that. And starting a few years ago, we started looking at different properties. And this spring, we opened a spot up in Hyde Park called J2 Bouldering. That's just a bouldering gym. It's got amazing walls, beautiful natural light, tons of parking, and it's kind of like opening a specialty, taco restaurant only, whereas Junction's a restaurant that would serve kind of anything you could want to cook. So.
Can you explain a little bit about each style of climbing that you just mentioned for our viewers?
Absolutely. So most folks, when they think about climbing, they think about a big wall with some colorful, what we call them holds, but some people call them rocks, but a bunch of colorful holds bolted to it, and there'll be a rope, and you climb up as high as you can get. That's sort of your classic rock climbing. Bouldering is shorter walls. You go up maybe 12, maybe 15 feet. There's no rope, just a pair of climbing shoes, and there's a big pad at the bottom as sort of your backup. And then then as you climb, you try to do the movements and then either down climb, or if you feel it's safe, you can jump down on the big pad. The advantage to rope climbing is you just get to go a long way. You get to go up that long extended challenge. The advantage to bouldering is it's shorter, it's more intense. It's kind of like one's going for a jog for a couple kilometers and one's doing a sprint. They're both kind of running, but one's got a lot more power involved. And bouldering is that intense, powerful version. Because there's no rope, you can do movements that maybe you couldn't do on a roped wall. You can do jumps, you can do things that are upside down, you can do things that are traversing sideways. There's a lot of creative freedom in the climbing. It's absolutely fun, very accessible.
So my curious side asks, what happens if you get halfway up and you're tired and you need to come back down?
Yeah, so on the rope climb, that's a great question. On the rope climb, you just let go and the rope holds you. It's there to be your backup. It gives you a chance to rest. On a boulder, because you're not up very high, you can either jump down or climb down. You haven't gone that far.
One of the fascinating things that you told me, which I never thought about till you told me about it, was you actually change up the routes and the pathways all the time so that people are climbing different routes all the time.
Yeah, we go in, take a section of wall, pull all the holds down, wash them, and then put up a whole new set of fresh challenges.
So that probably motivates people.
Yeah, and every climb has a grade of difficulty marked on it, so you can say, this is where I'm climbing at, that's my level, and I'll try this one. If you feel like a challenge, you can pick a harder one. If you're having a day where you want to rest, we call those high gravity days, you can pick an easier challenge. And then a few weeks later, everything's pulled down and new ones are up, and you get a whole new set of challenges. Is
this something that you should bring a partner for, or is it something you can do on your own?
So when you're climbing on the rope walls, the classic way of climbing has you climbing with a partner. They operate the rope for you, you do the climbing, and then you will switch. That's called belaying, which is a climbing term, and the person working the rope is called a belayer. We teach classes on that. It's actually a great class to take. It takes about 90 minutes. You learn all the knots, you learn all the rope skills, and then for 2 weeks you get to come back to the gym as a member to practice all the skills you've learned. But lots of folks don't have a climbing partner all the time, or maybe they're not available, and so we have bouldering as that option where you can come in by yourself, do your workout. We also have what's called an auto belay, which is a machine that does the belaying for you. So there's lots of options for for people who are solo. It's also nice because you can come in for bouldering in a big group. So a place like J2, we have groups of 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 come in together, and people can climb. And because there's so many climbs, if you're coming in with a mix of friends who are experienced or inexperienced, that mix of abilities, everyone can find the challenge that works for them. That your competition is against the wall, not against each other. So unlike tennis, where you have to match the skill of the person you're playing with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is this something that you would do like corporate events with, birthday parties.
We do lots
team
of
building. I
Sure.
think that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. We do lots of birthday parties for kids. We do some corporate activities. We are always a little bit hesitant just because sometimes, for some people climbing, even with all the safety features and all the different challenges, it's going up high, and that's a lot of anxiety for folks. And so we always are very cautious to never push anybody to a place where they're not comfortable. And so for some team office environments, it's not quite the right fit.
I would say there's probably one or two in a group that probably don't want to do heights.
And that's totally fine. Being scared of heights is sort of a biologically useful thing, and we don't think it's something you necessarily need to get over, but for those folks who want that challenge, climbing is absolutely fantastic.
For a beginner, what kind of safety measures are in place for somebody? Because you and I talked a little bit about this, that it's often seen as an extreme sport, but it's actually not.
Yeah, it has this old reputation of being something done by, people who want a rush or a thrill, and there's still some folks out there that like that, but climbing is really for folks who want a challenge. Climbing tends to be very thoughtful because you have to figure out the sequence of movements to solve the climb.
Mm-hmm.
When you come into a climbing gym like ours, we will do a safety orientation for you. We'll take you through and show you how to fall safely, how to operate the equipment, the audible equipment. We will show you sort of how to pick climbs so you're on the right level of ability for your the right climb for your level of ability. And then, under all our boulders, we have, engineered design padding. Our ropes are inspected, our harnesses are inspected. We take a lot of care to make sure the gym is as safe as possible. And truthfully, because of all that, it's got if you were to research sport injury statistics, climbing has less injuries than volleyball, than soccer, than a lot of field sports, just because we don't have the same risk of collisions and the same risk of, twisting injuries. It's really something that we know can be risky, so we make sure we take as much of that risk out.
I almost look at it like it's methodical exercise, and it's great for people. There's a lot of people out there that want to exercise, but for whatever reason, bad knees or a bad knee or something, they can't have concussion.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a very methodical sport. It's a sport that rewards people who are patient and people who, are willing to find that precision in their movement. It's a lot of folks have come to climbing because they've been doing another sport, and whether it's through concussion injuries or limb injuries, they need a sport that doesn't have that risk of collision or that risk of impact. Because you're on a rope climbing, rope climbing especially doesn't allows those folks to be active and in a way that is not repetitive. Every climb is different. And you're not doing the same thing over and over again. And once you've mastered a climb, we're going to take it down and change it and put a new one up. Bouldering's a bit different. Bouldering, like we have at our new site, J2, you are jumping down. You are at a little more risk of landing. It's kind of what people like about the sport. So, really what's nice is we've got the option for those folks who want the rope and the protection that brings, and we've got bouldering, which lets people who want that extra power and intensity be there for them.
What's your preference?
I like rope climbing. I am getting old enough that my knees don't handle jumping down.
I was just going to say, I feel like you like the rope climbing. When somebody is looking at coming to your facility, is it like a membership that you get, or is it you pay as you go?
We have both.
Okay.
So folks who want to do it all the time, they get a membership. It's just like going to the gym. Folks who wanted to come check it out, you can pay for the day. The one piece of paperwork I always need to mention is that we do have, even with all our safety steps, our insurance company says we need to have a signed waiver for everybody who comes to visit, and that anyone under 18 has to have that waiver filled out by a parent. We make it easy. We have the waivers online at junctionclimbing.com and j2bouldering.com, so you can do the waiver before you come. But if you're, being the cool aunt and bringing your nephews and nieces for their birthday, make sure you get the parents to do their waiver before you come.
Do you ever have anyone get halfway up and they kind of panic?
Not a lot. If someone's nervous, they can always just let go or climb down. The thing we've learned is forcing people to do a thing is going to make them, you might eventually do it, but you'll never want to do it again. And so we really encourage people to find the style of climbing that matches what they want to do, and if they're not having a good time, let go of the wall, come back to the ground. You're never stuck up there.
And don't panic.
And don't panic. And if you're panicking, let go, and then you'll come down.
How often do you find, so somebody who's probably an avid climber, how often do they come to your facility a week?
I mean, a regular climber is coming 2-3 days a week. We've got members who come 5-6 days a week. We have lots of folks, will come. We have a 10-pass option.
Okay.
So if your schedule is, you love it, but you don't want to come, you can't come all the time.
Yep.
We do have those 10 passes as an option to save some money, but still have regular access to the gym.
Is your sort of preference for beginners to start out at Junction first?
I think Junction's great because Junction allows you to try all the styles.
Okay.
And then if you really like bouldering, you can head up to J2 and max out on that. Bouldering is really, really growing fast because it doesn't have the extra equipment required. You just need a pair of climbing shoes. A pair of climbing shoes is $120 for a cheap pair, and you're into the sport. Bouldering also is really popular with folks because you can do it on your own schedule. You don't need to book a time slot. You don't need to wait for a piece of equipment. If you would at another gym, you just go to the wall, and it's such a big facility. There's tons of stuff.
Well, thank you for being here, John.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And we'll see you next time on London Today.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Calling all journalism students, Omni Television is once again awarding scholarships to qualified students pursuing a career in third language journalism.
I was overjoyed and honored to be chosen as a recipient of the Omni Scholarship. It has meant so much for funding my education and allowing me to dedicate more time to my studies.
Omni is home to a variety of locally produced current affairs programs and daily national newscasts, broadcast in 6 languages. To learn more about Omni scholarships, visit omnitv.ca/scholarships.
It was my daughter's birthday. She was blowing out the candles on her cake when we heard coming from the TV. So we stopped and listened, and it helped us get to safety. That's why when I think think of my daughter's birthday, because now she gets to keep having them.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome to Treat Yourself. We're your hosts, Terry and Lori.
We are here today at the beautiful Elevate Aesthetics, located in the Richford Salon, which is right on the corner of Oxford and Richmond, here in our beautiful city of London. We are here with owners Katie and Lauren, and they are going to show us their beautiful salon that they have here up on the second floor. And they're going to show us some of their amazing services that they offer, and one of them you're lucky enough to have it done on you.
Yes, I am. So stay tuned and don't forget to treat yourself. Welcome back to Treat Yourself. Today, we're here with Lauren and Katie at Elevated Aesthetics. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us. So we're so excited to be here today. It's absolutely beautiful in here, and I'm excited for you to tell our viewers a little bit about your business. How did you get started?
Yeah, so Katie and I actually met in the ER. We both worked as nurses there at Victoria Hospital. Basically from there, we also worked at a private plastic surgeon clinic, and that's where we started investing in aesthetics and injections.
Oh, super. So what services do you guys offer here?
So specifically in Elevate Aesthetics, we offer injectables such as filler, Botox, PRP, skin pen now we have as well. So, and we're going to be starting IND infusions actually next month as well, which is very exciting.
Great.
And then within the salon here at Richford, we have a plethora of services. So there's Russian nails, hair extensions, teeth whitening, tooth gems, makeup, application, and yeah.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, tell us a little bit about what service you're going to be demonstrating on me today.
Yeah, so today we're going to be focusing on something called PRP injections. So basically we're going to be taking a vial of your own blood and removing the plasma from that, which stimulates collagen reproduction, and then targeting certain areas such as your under eye and re-injecting it back into there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So is there anyone that shouldn't be having that treatment done? It seems, is it invasive?
It's actually, because it's a product of your own body, it's very natural. There's very minimal downtime. So we actually recommend that over doing a synthetic filler under the eye.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Is there anything that should be done in preparation or aftercare?
So PRP preparation is pretty minimal, just making sure you're well hydrated. Staying away from any blood thinners or things like aspirin, ibuprofen, alcohol. Those will just increase your risks of bruising. It won't really change the treatment per se. But afterwards, you should be taking good care of your skin, washing your face gently, keeping the skin hydrated, and also avoiding alcohol and ibuprofen. Just to decrease your risk of bruising.
Katie, for how long do you recommend avoiding those things?
24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and everyone's different. Like your bruising can be quite minimal or it can be a little bit worse. It just really depends on the person. But things like icing afterwards as well can help with any discomfort or swelling that you experience. So yeah, I actually had the treatment 2 days ago. Katie tested it on me and my bruising was very minimal, and I just did a little icing each night and I feel great.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
That's super. So it seems like a pretty easy thing to have done. People just come in, they have it done, they leave looking amazing. Is this one of the services that you specialize in, or is there services that you absolutely love doing?
Yeah, so we really have a passion, honestly, for every type of injection and service we have here. We love doing filler and Botox as well, neurotoxin. The best thing about it, though, is that we always do it together. And I feel like our clients absolutely adore that. They kind of get a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Both have different experiences, different perspectives. And then when you put that together, the results are incredible. And it makes our job really, really fun to work together. And, you know, that was a big part of
wanting to start this business was coming to work every day, having fun and loving what we're doing, and we're making that dream come true, honestly.
You do that like every single day, like we're building towards that goal, and we're really excited about it.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, about PRP, so we kind of talked about it earlier. Can you just describe what it is? So you take the person's blood and you spin it to do something.
Yeah.
Well, what happens, or what's happening?
Yeah, so basically after we draw a vial of your blood, we put it in something called a centrifuge. It spins your blood for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it separates all of the particles and sediments we don't need, and then it keeps the plasma in another part of the tube. So we take out the plasma from the tube, and that's filled with growth factors that help promote elastin and collagen reproduction. So after we take that out, we re-inject it into a targeted area, and that can help improve scarring, minimize pores, discoloration, as well as fine lines and wrinkles.
Wow, that's great. So as soon as you say blood, I think, what if people are a little bit queasy about that? Is it something like, do they see it happening, or have you ever run into that where people are uncomfortable with it?
Yeah, so obviously there are a lot of people who are afraid of needles. We have a lot of techniques to use to make our clients feel comfortable. We have a stress ball that we get clients to use. That's a really good distraction. We use breathing techniques, as well as we have this little device. It's called a vibration device. You put it on part of your face or wherever we're injecting, and it's also like a distraction tool.
Okay.
It's very quick. It takes about 2 minutes to draw your blood, so it's not that hard.
Okay, great. And then what is this used for any other treatments as well? Like, I know you said scarring and under the eye.
Okay, so PRP is a widely used procedure, not only in aesthetics and cosmetics. It's also used in medicine for orthopedics and, rejuvenating joints, etc. So what's so neat about it is that this is your own body, and we're going to be taking it from you, but also we can put it back into pretty much anywhere safely. And it can really help to brighten the skin, fine lines, wrinkles. If you're really, just not wanting to take step to the filler, this is a very, very, very safe, good option that will give you very similar results.
So is this what they often refer to as a vampire facial?
Yeah, so actually we use something called a skin pen, and when you combine skin pen with PRP, that turns it into the vampire facial, which is what Kim Kardashian used, actually.
Okay, yeah. So what exactly, like how does that work on the skin? If you're doing the skin pen and the plasma?
Yeah, so to add on top of the microneedling, so with our skin pen, that is taking the pen all over your face, your neck. You can do your chest as well, back of the hand, and that is helping stimulate skin regeneration. But having the PRP added on top of that soaks into the skin, and it promotes the healing of that surface to be much, much faster.
It really
accelerates the microneedling that you've already had. So you're really getting that PRP deep into your pores, into your skin, and
it's leaving you basically with a beautiful, youthful looking kind of glow. Minimizes your fine lines and wrinkles, and also helps treat against scars.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And again, it's natural, right? Yeah. You're putting that all on your face, on your skin, near your eyes, etc. But you don't have to be worried about it because it's your own body.
So it was literally, PRP is the liquid gold.
Yeah.
We call it here.
Yeah. And so how often should somebody get this done?
Yes, to recommend 3 treatments, normally 4 to 6 weeks apart.
Okay.
And then after that, about every
18 months.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And then, of course, your regular skin regimen.
Yeah, adding on a full skincare routine obviously will optimize your result.
Here at Elevate Aesthetics, we use the Tidal skincare brand, and we just absolutely love it.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it's vegan and cruelty-free. It's just basic ingredients, things you can trust, and it feels amazing.
It's also a broad spectrum SPF, which is really what you want to utilize to prevent sun damage and obviously wrinkles.
So is there any, what is the most common age group that would have this done?
Honestly, anybody can get it. If you're doing it more at a younger age, let's say 20s to 30s, that's more for preventative measures. But it works really, really well. It also works really well for the older population. People who have concerns for, thick wrinkles or fine lines they already have. A lot of people enjoy, it helps with the fine lines around like your under and upper lip area as well. So older patients definitely benefit from this.
Okay, great.
So we're really good.
Everyone's a good candidate.
Well, I'm a little bit jealous. I think that I'm gonna have to get this done next. I always say that when you get the treatment done, and I don't. But I am excited to see this done.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get started. And see this being done.
Let's do it.
So the good stuff is the yellow stuff?
That's our yellow gold.
Oh.
That's our liquid gold.
Platelets.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to inject back into you.
What are the other levels?
These are like sediments, actual red blood cells, white blood cells, all that. So we'll take that away and then we'll just do this part.
That's one.
So basically, before aesthetics, this PRP was used a lot for injuries with athletes. They would re-inject the platelets into any injuries, so let's say a shoulder, maybe a wrist, even your back, and they started noticing that it was regenerating wound healing. And after that, they said, well, what else could we use this for? And that's when we realized fine lines, wrinkles, discoloration, any type of reproduction of those growth cells is gonna show great results.
That is so wild.
Okay,
like how
little
it
one on this side. Yeah, and you'll see like we only put a little bit per targeted area. So there is a little swelling with that. You'll see it kind of a little bit puff up, and once it's enough, we go to the next spot.
And you see it immediately.
Yeah.
So you know exactly how much to put in.
Exactly. Perfect. And typically you'll see the results after this about 3 to 4 weeks after.
Okay. Now would you not suggest like a facial or anything too, like you don't want to put pressure to it, right?
Yeah, don't want to put too much pressure. Even if you're sleeping at night, try to have your head elevated to prevent the swelling.
Oh, okay.
That will help a lot too.
Sleep on your back.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, PRP is great, especially for that under eye area because it is a higher risk area. And if you're putting a synthetic filler versus your own product of your own body, it's quite incredible.
Beautiful.
Okay, all right, one eye done. How are you feeling?
Oh, great.
Good. Taking a little nap?
No, I wouldn't be sleeping.
Can you feel? What does it feel like?
I don't know, it's really hard to describe. Like I feel like the needle, but it doesn't, it's not like, it's like a little pinch, but it's so that, it feels like it's being inflated. I don't know if that makes sense. And so would you recommend that I sleep on my back?
Yeah, a couple pillows too. Keep yourself elevated. That'll definitely help with swelling, and you can obviously ice tonight as well.
So we've done the under eyes, and so now what are we doing?
So now we're actually going to put the PRP injections also into the hair. By injecting PRP into the hair follicle, it actually increases the blood supply there, which will then thicken the hair. So it'll help stimulate natural hair growth.
Okay. So can this be done on men and women?
Yes, 100%. 100%. And then it's the same procedure as well for the under eye. Recommended 3 to 4 treatments, basically 4 weeks apart.
And what kind of results would somebody get on their hairline?
So definitely more thickening. It's more for someone who has, let's say, a receding or thin, fine hair.
Okay.
So we're just doing very superficial little blebs.
Well, thank you so much for having us today. This was so much fun, and Terry, your skin looks amazing. I can't wait to see the results as the weeks follow. So how can our viewers get in contact with you? So you can actually find us on our website at elevateinjectors.com. We also have a social media, which is Elevate Injectors for Instagram.
And you can find our building on the corner of Oxford and Richmond. We are the first parking lot on the right as you turn onto Oxford. And there's free parking in the back, which is really great and very easily accessible. Well, thank you again so much for having us. This was so much fun. And up next, we are going to be visiting Alicia from Jova Medical Spa. And Alicia is going to be showing us a procedure to remove tattoos, which is something that we're asked about a lot of. You make that mistake when you're 18, 19 years old, and she is going to help us to correct that. So stay tuned and treat yourself.
Calling all journalism students, Omni Television is once again awarding scholarships to qualified students pursuing a career in third language journalism.
Having this opportunity to envision what life as a foreign language journalist could look like is crucial to determining where I make my next career move. I can't wait to start putting this funding to use.
Omni is home to a variety of locally produced current affairs programs and daily national newscasts, broadcast in 6 languages. To learn more about Omni scholarships, visit omnitv.ca/scholarships.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Hi, I'm Brona Morgan, and I'm excited to be the new host of LDN ONT TV. Join me and my guests as we discuss the topics trending here in London, Ontario. Tune in Thursdays at 6:30, only on Rogers TV.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. I'm a local family physician here in London, and I'm very excited to be working with Rogers TV on this new format, which will give us an opportunity to explore all sorts of topics related to medicine and health. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. We'll see you then.
Welcome back to Treat Yourself. We have just come from Elevate Aesthetics, where Terry had the PRP done underneath his eyes for the dark circles, and your eyes look great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you know what? There's a little bit of bruising, but they said that was normal. But yeah, otherwise, it feels great, and I think it looks good too.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. And we're now here at Jova Medical Aesthetics, where we're meeting again with Alicia, one of our favorites. And Alicia is going to do a treatment that we're asked about quite often.
Yeah, I remember when you were 18 and you got that tattoo you probably shouldn't have, or you were dating a girl that maybe you're no longer with, and you wish you could reverse time.
Alicia's going to do that for you. So Alicia's going to show us a demonstration of tattoo removal. I'm really excited to see this.
Yeah.
And this might be something that you're going to have to treat yourself with. Welcome back to Treat Yourself. We are here again. Welcome back, Alicia from Jova Medical Aesthetics. So nice to have you. Thank you for having me again. And I just want to say congratulations on the 2023 Consumer Choice Award. Yes, thank you. We're very excited about that. Yes, we're very honored. Yes, thank you.
Congratulations. So today we're going to be talking about tattoo removal.
Yes.
So what can you tell us about that?
Yes, so we have brought in a new device. This is a gold standard in laser tattoo removal. It's called the PicoSure Pro. And this device treats tattoos very differently from standard lasers. So we're not using heat, we're using a pressure wave technology. Okay. Wow. So can anybody get this done? Are there certain tattoos you can't do? Really, we can treat all skin types, all skin tones, all skin colors, and we can treat tattoos on all areas of the body. So we do have clients that come in to remove face tattoos, body tattoos. We can remove new tattoo ink, old tattoo ink, and we can also treat tattoos to fade if clients are looking to have them covered.
Oh, okay. How many sessions would you say it normally takes?
So it depends on the size of the tattoo. It depends on the client. Everybody's different. There's lots of different characteristics. Essentially, probably about 4 to 6 sessions. We do offer packages of 3 and packages of 6, but on average, 4 to 6 sessions.
Great.
So I'm not a fan of pain. Yes.
Can you describe a little bit about what it feels like?
Right. So the actual treatment is very, very quick. This takes probably, if we're doing a small tattoo, which we'll be showing today, literally less than 30 seconds. So it's a very quick treatment. We offer complimentary consultations, and within that consultation, we'll assess the size of the tattoo. We'll go through pricing, and we'll chat about kind of what the session entails, aftercare and all of that. And then we give our clients numbing cream to take home. So the numbing cream we use is a compounded prescription grade numbing cream. So it works very, very well to keep our clients comfortable. They put that on a half an hour before they come in, and they're very comfortable throughout the treatment. So on average, on a pain scale of 0 to 10, we're looking at definitely less than 5.
Oh, great.
Good.
Super.
So afterwards, is there still pain, or is it something like, can it be exposed to the sun, or does it have to be covered at all times?
So we recommend that the client keeps the tattoo covered. So just like you would follow your aftercare after getting a tattoo, we want it to be covered with a non-stick gauze, which we do provide, and a topical ointment or cream for about a week. So clients can take that off to shower. They're going to use just lukewarm water, a gentle soap, and then they're going to reapply the gauze. And that can take about a week to heal. And after that, they can leave it open to the air. We don't want any sun exposure, and we don't want clients to be freshly tanned when they come in for their sessions as well.
Right. Okay. So I know you had said you can do every area, but what about like cosmetic tattoo?
Yeah, so this is really exciting as well. So we have lots of clients that have had microblading done that might have faded, or they're no longer wanting the look. Clients that have had maybe eyeliner, lip liner, things like that. The PicoSure Pro is also able to treat those areas. Now, it does pull pigment, so it will pull pigment from hair. So we do talk to clients about that because it can pull the pigment from the hair that is there, but it's very temporary. And while that area heals and the hair grows back, their normal hair color is going to return.
Wow. So you can actually reverse these mistakes.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Very fast. The PicoSure Pro is very gentle, and it's very, very safe. And like I said, it is the gold standard right now for tattoo removal.
Okay, great.
I'm excited to see this.
Yeah.
So just quickly, how many treatments does somebody need typically? And can you give us like a ballpark prices?
So it really depends. The pricing is going to depend on the size of the tattoo. So we have package pricing for very tiny tattoos all the way up to very large tattoos. And of course, depending on the client, the sessions can range, but on average, about 4 to 6 sessions is what we're seeing for the black and darker colored inks. Some of the sunset colors, so your reds and orange and yellow, those can be a little bit tougher and they could require more sessions, but everybody's different. So we always recommend coming in for a consultation.
Okay, super. And can you let the viewers know how they can get in contact with you as well?
So clients can reach out to us by phone. They can go to our website at www.jovamedicalaesthetics.com. We're also online we're also on social media, on Instagram and Facebook.
So we have Kelly here, our model. So she had a tattoo done years ago. And the issue that she does not love is just the quality of what it looks like now. So this is something that she'd like to have removed, and then perhaps she's going to cover it, or perhaps she just wants, you know, fresh, clean skin there. So Kelly came in already numbed, and I've taken that off. We've cleaned the area. And you can see it's just a fairly small one. This is one we would probably consider like an extra small. Oh, here we go, Kelly.
You're fine. Oh, that looks amazing. That's so cool.
You doing okay, Kelly?
Look at that.
So most clients, it kind of feels a little bit spicy, maybe a little bit snappy.
So we can see it white. Is that, I can't remember what you call it. What is the white?
This is a frosting that we're seeing here. So I'm really just targeting the ink, but like I said,
there's not going to be any risk of damaging the surrounding skin.
It's actually really interesting watching
you okay, Kelly?
Because
Sorry.
the skin is completely fine. It's really just targeting the tattoo.
Yes. And there we go. How are you doing? Good. How was that?
That's fine.
And that's the gist of it. So you can see we've kind of just covered the area, and you're right. So although I came around here, right, it's kind of impossible not to get the surrounding skin. The surrounding skin is not going to be damaged at all.
Oh, wow.
She's going to have a bit of redness here, and it'll probably feel a little bit like a sunburn.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to put some aftercare cream on here. We're going to cover it with a non-stick gauze, and she's just going to leave that on pretty consistently over the next week. She can take it off to shower. She'll use just lukewarm water and a very gentle soap on that area, and then when she gets out, she'll pat it dry, and then she can recover it, reapply the cream that we give for aftercare, and recover it with the non-stick. And we'll see her back in 6 weeks. We can ensure at that time that this is going to be completely healed from the first session, then we can go ahead and repeat another session.
Awesome.
Wow. So right now, what can Kelly expect as far as like an hour from now, 24 hours from now? Is this going to scab over?
Yes, it can. So it's really similar to after having a tattoo done. So that's the reason why we want to keep a good recovery cream or an ointment on it. Aquaphor is a really good option, and keep it covered, because we want to, as much as we can, prevent a lot of that scabbing. What can happen with the scabbing is that can kind of lead to some scarring. So we also recommend that our clients, they just leave it alone. They're not going to pick, they're not going to use anything abrasive, any scrubs or anything like that, and allow it to fully heal on its own.
Okay.
Great.
So if somebody is having a tattoo removed, let's say they're getting married and they want a tattoo removed, when should they be booking? Like, how long is the entire process if they want it completely gone?
So if we average that most clients are going to need between 4 to 6 sessions, and those sessions need to be done about every 6 weeks apart.
Okay.
I would suggest that clients are coming in at least 6 to 9 months prior to a big event like that, if they're really wanting it to be completely gone.
Okay.
That being said, we can absolutely start the sessions, and you're going to see a great deal of fading prior to, and that might be a little bit easier to cover. But if they're wanting it completely gone for a big event, then it needs to be planned for.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
And that was pretty
super easy. How are you doing? You okay? Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
great.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, thank you so much for having us today. I know that we're so excited to see what the final results look like.
Yes, thank you. And we're excited to show you. And thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. And if you've made a mistake and you want it fixed, Alicia is the girl to see. And until next time, don't forget to treat yourself.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
My husband is a wonderful man and a great father when he's not drinking. I'm so angry he chooses alcohol over us. If he really loved us, he'd stop drinking, right? My counselor suggested I try Al-Anon. I didn't understand why. I'm not the one with the problem, but I'm glad I went. Do you worry about someone's drinking? You are not alone. Al-Anon or Alateen can help. Call 866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
In the family with addiction, the person with the addiction becomes front, center all the time.
Addiction and substance use affects all the layers of our society.
Everything was about trying to out him and fix him, and I was just done.
I always felt kind of different.
I never felt the same as other people.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction on Rogers TV.
Calling all journalism students. Omni Television is once again awarding scholarships to qualified students pursuing a career in third language journalism.
When I got this scholarship, I felt a lot of gratitude, and it's also a great chance to learn about what third language journalism is.
Omni is home to a variety of locally produced current affairs programs and daily national newscasts, broadcast in 6 languages. To learn more about Omni scholarships, visit omnitv.ca/scholarships.
You're watching Rogers TV, London.
Hello, and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Jennifer Slay. Before we start with our show, I want to acknowledge that I am currently in London, Ontario, which sits on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenape, and Shinanton peoples. I am very grateful and appreciative to the Indigenous peoples and their ancestors for being able to call this land my home. I also want to acknowledge my ancestors that came before me, allowing me the opportunity to be sitting here with you today. We have another feel-good show for you today, so let's get started. Collaborations are great, don't you think? When you have 2 great companies come together to make one amazing company, it's a win-win situation for everyone. The London Potters Guild and the London Clay Arts Centre have consolidated into a brand new name, Clayworks. As a charitable arts organization, Clayworks offers exceptional education programs in ceramic arts for all ages, an open clay studio for artists, and exciting community building. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So tell us more about Clayworks.
Well, I've found that most people are surprised at the scale and scope of what we offer. We have programs for all ages and all skill levels. We offer programming for professional artists, and we act as a depot of sorts so that they can order things in, specialty supplies, etc.
Yeah. And where are you located?
We're in Old East Village. I'm very proudly working with the communities that are there and the businesses, local businesses.
Okay, and you said that it's people would be surprised at the oh my word, at how big the facility is.
Yeah, so we are actually a 7,000 square foot facility, a commercial building in right on Dundas Street, between Elizabeth and Adelaide. We have 2 floors. The first floor is actually for our 170-ish member artists, and this is where they share resources and spirit. So it serves artists in that they don't have to purchase everything for themselves or have their own space, and we find that the aspect of working together and with shared interests is also something that they value greatly. So that's the first floor. There's lots of services that we provide to them. Besides, I should mention, there's glazes, shared tools. There's large equipment that they can also use, like slab rollers. The second floor is where we have our public programs, our classrooms, our teaching classrooms, and our office space, of course.
And so the public can, like, are there certain classes at certain times that people can come to learn to do art, or different levels of that people can do it? Tell me more.
Yes, all to that.
All to that.
So we run multi-week classes every night and most days, 43 weeks out of the year.
Oh, wow.
On top of that, we also have workshops that we run that are like 2 to 3 hours long. So just you can come and just have a taste. And those can be anything from private bookings for like bridesmaid parties or birthday parties or team building, or it can be just a family that wants to come and have some special time just for their family. We've got that as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. I remember working with somebody one time, and she said that she was doing pottery pottery lessons and things like that. And so she'd come and she was so proud of the work that she did.
It's not easy. You know, it requires a lot of time. And we also offer, I should mention, that professional development training for youth and for emerging artists, as well as we do skills workshops for more professional artists.
Wow. So you do offer a lot.
We try to, yes.
Yeah. And so where can people go to find out more?
Oh, well, we have a retail storefront, so right on Dundas at 664 Dundas. That's open right now Thursdays to Sundays, reduced hours. We also have 2 annual or biannual Potter's Markets where people will sell their wares. So we also have a website, which is clayworks.ca. But really, I mean, call us and we do tours. If someone just wants to come by and see what the space is like, we will, you know, if we're available, anyone can come in and we'll give them a tour.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
And for sharing this amazing facility with all of us, because I think it's going to just blow up.
I think I'd love to have you come by.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Your happy place. Easy 1013, the perfect music mix.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Do you have questions about menopause and the menopause journey? We've got you covered. Join us for the Modern Woman's Menopause Show, and hopefully we can give you some answers. And of course, my friends, don't forget to sparkle.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back. In life, we experience certain hardships and certain pains at various times. And construction has been one of them in the City of London. And as London grows, construction has become a pain point for so many reasons. The inconvenience with traffic, the impact on businesses, and the list goes on. The beauty with a problem is that the solutions born from them can be so sweet. And the Argyle gift card BIA is one of those sweet solutions. It's a neat program that will bring an economic boost to the Argyle district and makes you feel good when you buy because you're supporting local businesses. Let's hear more about it. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
No problem. So tell us more about how this program came to be and what it is today.
So actually, we had looked into these types of programs before, even COVID, actually. We had done a little bit of looking, and they're all kind of pricey, so we were, really taking our time on it, but it was something that we always wanted to kind of have happen for Argyle, but it was really pushed by COVID, and also we had some construction in the area that really kind of spurred us toward making that happen sooner rather than later. And yeah, that's kind of what it came out of, and it was really just a push in the right direction.
Okay, and so what exactly is the program?
So go ahead.
It's a gift card program essentially. So it's a way for you to support the local businesses in Argyle through a gift card. So when you buy this gift card for your grandma, your aunt, or whoever it is for, that money stays in Argyle, and it's a way to support the local businesses there. We're also looking at corporate sponsorships as well. So if you're yourself a business owner in the East London area, in the city in general, you can buy these gift cards for your employees for Christmas bonuses or whatever it is. And that's a way that you can ensure that your dollars are staying in the community as well.
Right. And so what kind of businesses are involved?
We have quite an array, honestly. This is a newer program, so we're still getting people on board slowly but surely. But yeah, we've got a butcher on there. We've got obviously, my head is going completely blank right now. Of course.
Lots of restaurants,
lots of restaurants. Sorry, yes. Yeah, lots of restaurants.
Yes.
We also went into Gibraltar's weekend market. Yeah, we've got lots of them signed up as well. I mean, as many as you can. It's a Visa card program. So you have to be able to take Visa, and some of the smaller businesses don't take it, but we are working on, getting people set up with that and making it accessible to everybody. So yeah, it's something we're working on, and we've got a really good group of people involved. Like, I think it really covers all the areas that you're looking to cover.
Something for everyone. So if you purchase a gift card, you're going to make everybody happy with it.
I think so. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And it's the Argyle District? Is that right?
Yeah, so we are the Argyle Business Improvement Association, and we're kind of hard to describe as an organization a little bit, but basically we just give back to the community and try to support it, obviously economically, support the businesses, but also make it a community that people want to come to, So yeah, we're like, what is a great way to get Argyle kind of seen a little bit, and also have it specifically for Argyle,
And a lot of people in the neighborhood were looking for ways to help the businesses as well. That's something we heard a lot from our community, was we want to give back specifically to our businesses. So it's not about just the businesses benefiting, but it's the community coming together and wanting that as well. Especially during construction, there was a lot of talk about that.
Yeah, they're a really supportive community. Like, I think I think the East End kind of gets a certain one-note kind of image, and it's a lot more than that. The people who live there love living there, and they love. There's so much like customer loyalty in that area. So yeah, it's. I think it's a really nice way to be able to also do giveaways and like reward people for supporting the area.
And the nice thing, since COVID especially, people don't necessarily have cash anymore, right? And so they have this card, and the beauty about this program is there's so much choice.
There is.
Right? You're not limited to just one type of place. You can go almost anywhere in that area.
Exactly. Yeah. That was actually something that was like, for me specifically, I work with like the events side of things, and when we used to do, we still do, but giveaways and contests and stuff, it was like, okay, so we got to put this gift basket together, and you have to, you would take days just like going around getting all the gift cards from each business, whereas like now we can kind of go, okay, so like, here's this gift card, and you can go to all these places, and it's like up to you kind of thing. So
that's awesome. Yeah. And I can see other areas following suit. You might have just started something here.
That's fine with us.
Yeah, that's fine with us. Yeah. Sorry, the Downtown London also does it as well.
Okay.
That's the Downtown Dollars program. And I think, it's just a matter of time before kind of everybody in the city has their own. So.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and good luck with the program.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Monday.
Hi, my name is Eleanor Gabru. I am this week's guest on Pollinating Purpose.
Hi
everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
Hi everyone, my name's Ranger M. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
This is Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Have you ever tried Zumba? It's so great. Zumba is a fitness program that involves cardio and Latin-inspired dance. It was founded by Colombian dancer and choreographer Beto Perez in 2001. And our guest today is a Zumba instructor and is here to tell us about her classes as well as the parties that she hosts every 3 months. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So tell us more about Zumba.
So Zumba, like you said, it is a cardio workout. It is Spanish inspired, but we do play other music from different parts of the world. Mm-hmm. We do have some Afro beats, some Caribbean music, some soccer music. So it's a party all the time. It really is a party all the time.
I love Zumba because you're doing it and you're dancing, but you don't realize you're exercising.
Just picture when you're cooking. When you're cooking and you're not dancing, like you have your music on when you're cooking, right? And then sometimes you forget and you just start dancing, right? So this is like, that's what that is. Because you're sweating, you're having a great time, you're smiling, but you know what? You're working out.
Yeah.
It's high intensity, low, high, low, and then you're just breaking the sweat.
So tell us about your classes and your parties.
So I have classes every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. I hold them at the French school, Saint Jean d'Arc. It's on 35 Fallon's Lane. You can find me on Facebook for more information, Zumba Fitness with Dina. And then every 3 months, other Zumba instructors and I have 2 friends who are also instructors. So we do hold 2-hour Zumba parties and they're themed. So we had one for St. Patrick's Day. We have one for Mother's Day and it's Hawaiian themed. And then we'll probably plan more for the Halloween and then usually for Christmas.
Nice.
So
that sounds fun.
You should come.
Oh, I should. I really should. Because I love Zumba.
Yes, you totally should. It's fun.
So what are some common moves?
So most common moves, you have merengue, you have salsa, you have reggaeton, which is usually everybody's favorite. You have calypso. Now we have added Afro beats. So it's honestly, the moves are not that hard to do. You just have a good time. Right. So as instructors, obviously we do the choreography and then you make it so that everybody has a good time and it's moves that everybody can do.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you because people who say, well, I have 2 left feet, I can't dance, I can't do all of that. It's really not that difficult.
It is not a dance class. Like it's not, you're not coming in for me to critique if you have 2 feet or right feet or not. I usually tell my students, I'm like, if I go left and you go right, I go up, you go down, you're still moving. If Spanish music is playing, but you hear rock and roll, I'm not gonna be mad at you if you're just, doing rock and roll on this side. As long as you're doing something and you're not standing, you're fine. So just come and try it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the one time, people always say, oh, but I'm not really coordinated and I didn't think I can dance. I'm like, no, just come listen to the music, We're not there to judge you, how you move. You're just there for the dance, for their fitness, but also for the social aspect of it, right? Like you just get to meet really amazing people doing it.
I equate Zumba with fun. Like
yes.
The music just makes you feel good.
Right? Right? Like if, I could be like, okay, we're doing a salsa move, but you want to go down? I'm okay with that. You just go do you over there. I'm fine with that, right? It's fun, it's exercise, and it's just you're not feeling, because when you're running on treadmill, I can't remember the last time I ran on treadmill and I was like, oh my God, this is great, right?
Very true.
Right? But when you're doing Zumba, those are the feelings that you get. Oh my God, this is fun. You're smiling, right? Like all of a sudden 60 minutes is nothing.
And so they're 60-minute classes?
Yeah, they're 1 hour classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And it's Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
At Saint Jean d'Arc?
Saint Jean d'Arc. I expect to see you there at some point.
You will. And is there a cost associated with it?
Yes. So a drop-in, $10 class for dropping in.
Okay.
So if you make a commitment to come every Tuesday and Thursday, and then it's $60 a month. Okay. So that way it's cheaper if you make the commitment. So we're also trying to get people to get committed to come all the time, because it is a fitness, right? It's a fitness that you want to do and incorporate into your everyday life, even though it's fun. It's
awesome.
So
well, you yourself seem fun and joyous and full of joy, and so then the Zumba, you just add it, it's going to be a great time.
That's right, add the music and got me, and then that's it.
Well, I will be there.
Okay.
I commit that I will
hold
be
you
there.
to that.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. We'll be right back.
As each day passes, we have one guarantee. The sun will rise in the morning and set in the evening. Like the sun, you will also have a time to rise and a time to set.
I'm a community producer. I love all things nature and conservation, so that's kind of what I put into the show. When I started making my videos for my job, I didn't think that they were definitely TV caliber, but now that I see it in action, I'm definitely happy that I took the chance, and I worked with Scott, a producer at Rogers, and I think it's definitely worth it to take a chance and to ask and see what your project could become. Have fun with it. You don't have to be perfect. I think I'm a pretty good example of that. Reach out to people, if you're gonna do kind of like an interview thing. But yeah, just have fun.
Welcome to Treat Yourself on Rogers TV, where Terry and I go out to local salons and spas and have services done on us so that we can tell you all about them.
So that you can treat yourself.
Welcome back. As many of you know, Rogers TV hosts a number of local community television shows. One of those shows is called Jack Up the Heat. And what is that, you might ask? Well, Jack eats hot things. And he's here today to share more about his show and also tell us about the pepper eating world belt match that he has coming up in New Zealand the end of this month. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So you are in the Guinness Book of World Records.
I am, yeah.
Yes, and there's a picture of you in here.
There we go.
Tell us about this.
So, they picked a nice picture of me there, and then they picked a picture where I'm not really looking so great after eating some peppers. But yeah, I've broken 10 different Guinness World Records. That one is for most ghost peppers eaten in 2 minutes. My craziest one that I've done so far is most Carolina Reaper peppers, fastest time to eat 50 Carolina Reaper peppers, which I just broke in November. So,
how many did you eat?
I ate 50. It was fastest time to eat 50. Yeah. So,
okay.
I was telling you before. After I was done the 50, I kept eating just to see how many I could do, and I ate 135, which is it's actually the second most anybody's ever eaten in one sitting.
Wow. Okay, and so you were telling me that there is a way a way of thinking so that you're able to do this?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a lot of just mind over matter and stuff like that. The peppers, it's kind of a wise tale or whatever that it's, the peppers actually burn you or hurt you or stuff like that. Well,
because I thought you'd get a hole in your stomach. I thought you'd get an ulcer from it.
No, if anybody was going to get an ulcer, I would have one like long ago. But yeah, my doctor knows. He's got a book in his office and everything. I signed a book for him. But yeah, no, it's just all in your head. It's just it's kind of like a defense mechanism for the plant. It doesn't want mammals to eat it. Birds, they can actually eat the peppers. It doesn't burn them or anything. They don't feel anything. People think it's like a way for the seeds to spread when the birds eat them and then they poop them out around. So help spread the plants. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And tell us about your belt.
So I got this belt here. I'm the reigning two-time American chili pepper eating champion. So proud of that. And I'm going for the world belt of chili pepper eating in New Zealand on May 27th. I'm pretty excited about that. I've wanted to go to New Zealand for a long time, and it's a great opportunity for me to go and compete for the world belt, to be the best in the world. That would be amazing.
Wow. Well, good luck with that.
Oh, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your show.
Oh, yeah. Jack Up the Heat on Rogers TV. I go to local London restaurants, and I challenge them to make me the world's hottest foods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so you bring your television crew, or you take pictures, or what happens? How does it all work? How can a restaurant get involved?
Yeah, we go to the restaurants and we talk to them beforehand so they know what they're going to make and stuff. And I bring a guest with me too, because sometimes if it's really spicy, I'll be eating it and I might not react so much, but then you can see what a kind of a normal person, I guess, what their reaction would be. So a lot of funny stuff happens there. And yeah, we've done lots of crazy things, lots of things you'd expect, world's hottest tacos and world's hottest pizza, but we've also done crazy stuff too. Like we did world's hottest donuts, world's hottest ice cream. So
ice cream,
yeah, it's pretty crazy because it's you get the cold from the ice cream and then the heat from the peppers and the hot sauce we put on. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like hot and cold at the same time.
So I was saying to you before that one time I accidentally ate a pepper that must have burst in the food I was at a restaurant. And my eyes just started to water and my mouth was on fire.
Yeah.
Right? And I know you said it's mind over matter. However, what can somebody do to kind of help ease the heat?
I guess the only thing that really helps is dairy, like if people are drinking milk or ice cream, stuff like that. To be honest, I'm actually vegan, so I don't do any dairy. So the only real way for me to get rid of the heat is just time. You just wait it out, and then it'll stop burning. So I'd say in your mouth, the most it's gonna burn is maybe at the most 15-20 minutes or so, and then depending on how much spicy stuff you eat, what I got to worry about is your guts after. That's that's the tough part. But
okay, well that's awesome. Well, good luck. I hope that you break more records.
Thank you.
And that you're able to keep your mind over matter thing, because I don't know how you do it. But thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And that's a wrap. I want to thank all of our guests for being here today, and thank you for watching. Please go and visit our guests' social media pages or attend their events. I encourage you to consider supporting their businesses to show your support. And at the very least, like, comment, and share this episode with your networks to get the word out. Again, thank you for being here. Take care, be well, and I'll see you next week.
Call the Rogers TV Viewer Response Line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
Calling all journalism students, Omni Television is once again awarding scholarships to qualified students pursuing a career in third language journalism.
I think all journalism students and aspiring journalists should take the time to learn more about third language and ethnic journalism, and I think the Omni Scholarship is a great way to raise awareness on that.
Omni is home to a variety of locally produced current affairs programs and daily national newscasts, broadcast in 6 languages. To learn more about Omni scholarships, visit omnitv.ca/scholarships.